Last we left off, the Revenant Vow began their siege of the city of Kas'Tyrion, but perhaps not in the way you expected. The Vow forces spread out around the island, keeping to the banks of the city in relatively large squadrons and only stepping down into the bay in smaller groups. None made any immediate approach to the island or the temple, and instead settled in their groups and began construction. From their position, it's been difficult to make out, from your position, pardon me, to make out what exactly it is they're constructing, but as the hours ticked by, you saw some bridge or ramp-like structures beginning to form from the groups on the banks, and these smaller catapults or slingshots by those in the bay. The Vow had another surprise up their sleeve, as through a familiar gate unto hell, a roaring, screeching sound grew, and bursting forth came 5 machines of war. Bladed, imposing monstrosities rumbled across the barren bay, creating a deadly barrier between you and the amassed army. To some, this line in the sand would be seen as impassable or a fool's errand to combat. However, to the Wildcards, this was merely a challenge to rise to. Hastened with the thrill of daring deeds, Hondo and Gord sprang into action. Atop a summoned steed of ethereal flame and shadow, Gord rode across the sand with Hondo racing behind, burst forward with just sheer speed and confidence. Together, they targeted this dune buggy-like machine, these long-bladed, jagged blades jutting from its hull like goring horns of a rhinoceros. But together, they boarded and battered the small crew of Eldrazi atop its bulky structure, until, as a last-ditch effort, the pilot drove it up the side of the island, and Alana and Keith sent it sprawling down to the ground, destroyed. You dusted yourselves off. Unfortunately, unsuccessful in claiming this machine, your attention immediately became drawn to a larger war machine thundering towards you. Again, Hondo and Gord took to the challenge and raced forward. This time, however, they were joined by Mary and Alana, who boarded this machine via the spell gem with Dimension Door inside. And this time, you're met by denizens of the Nine, devils skilled in warfare who put up a far greater fight than the Eldrazi counterparts, and under the direction of a strangely beautiful and malicious female devil commander, you took some heavy damage, but in time, your sheer force of will and strength sent the devil commander fleeing, left the crew to dissolve and return to the hells below. Hondo and Alana stand atop the slowly decelerating demon grinder as Gord and Mary ride up alongside atop Gord's phantom steed. From the island side, however, as Lavender and Valentine had been aiding the fray, Val's keen ear detects the sound of an approaching force to the northeast, a battle cry issuing from that side of the island, and the sounds of an approaching fight. The Vow's assault officially has begun on the island, as we pick up tonight. A quick reminder, again, Lav, you are -1 to all rolls as part of your returning to life. Hondo, you are poisoned as a part of the Aaron Yes's arrows. And that's, I don't think Phantom Steed is concentration, so I don't think there's any other effects to note. Though you're all still hurt. Lav still has telekinesis up, but I think that's going to fade rather quickly. Pretty soon. And no one has had any rest, so any damage and abilities and spell slots expended should remain so, as it was the last fight. I didn't do a quick check of your character sheets, but I don't think anybody's changed anything. So those of you who are hurting are still hurt as we pick up.
Gord, I remember you being, pretty hurt. Who's low? Mary, you're low too, aren't you?
45 and 94, but I got 14 temporary hit points.
Okay.
I'm at 48. I have 137.
69. 65.
Did you say 69, Hondo?
65.
Missed that first number, eh? Brawley, what are you at?
I'm 94.
Oh my God, you're below 100?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that fight was for extra, like, getting your view of the battlefield. These 5 machines of war from the hells that burst forth, you took on, like, the third largest, but that last one was like, that's the biggest, baddest one.
Yeah.
So there's still another, like, pretty large one, and then 2 motorcycle-like ones that are kind of racing around. But this one that currently you have control of was the biggest one. So just to keep that in, like, perspective of things.
We've got the wrecking ball now.
Yeah. That thing might be, weren't they they were building stuff on the other side of the river, right?
Yeah, as far as, especially now that you guys are finishing this fight and seeing it kind of come to an end, you see the Aaron Yes, this devil commander seems to be flying off back towards the northwestern bank, where the larger section of the Eldrazi force still remains up and away from this fight, where there are these kind of 8 squadrons around the close banks, and then the couple that are slightly in bay level with you, but they're on the opposite side of the banks, where you guys are close to the island side. They're on the outer edge.
I love that we had 2 weeks. We had a week off and we did not talk strategy once.
It's perfect.
Well, we had a very happy holidays. Okay, well, I was kind of thinking about this, but I didn't realize everyone was so low. Like, I have spells. Oh fuck, do I still have a Pearl of Power? I
don't think you used it.
I have a Pearl of Power. Is that a second level?
3.
I have a third. Fuck, great. So I could give someone a 3rd level Cure Wounds. I have healing spells. Hondo, you have healing spells. Lav has healing spells. I don't know if, like, we got to be careful here, because if someone goes down, we're going to want to bring them back with spells, but...
And we still have those potions, right? Nobody used the greater potions?
We should really hang on to those for in case of emergency. Like, that's end game shit. Kyle, sorry, I'm trying to remember. You were saying, like, the very end of the last thing, we hear that something's going on, right?
Those of you at the only one who hears it is Valentine, just for a point of order.
I think I would. Yeah,
and currently, in fairness, we're in a little metagaming, talking about what your health is. You guys can't talk to one another at this distance. In theory, you could use the earrings.
Okay.
But like the 4 of you, Alana, Mary, Hondo, and Gord, you guys are out several hundred feet in the bay. Lavender and Valentine, you guys are kind of shoulder to shoulder on the northwestern banks, kind of at the south edge, the southernmost corner of the temple. And Val, you here to the northeast. Like several minutes of travel to run over. It's not like you're going to get there in a round of walking. Several minutes across, you can hear that something is beginning to grow. On the machine, all you guys can hear are the rumbling sounds of the machine that you're on, and it still is kind of like as you would understand, like a large, like busted fucking diesel truck is rumbling, and you can almost hear like this faint like screaming within the rumble of this massive machine, but it is still currently like running.
I'll radio the wildcards and just be like, hey, I can hear noise to the northeast. You guys want to drive? Do I know the word drive? Do you guys want to bring that weird monster thing over here?
So I'm driving.
Can you drive this thing?
I mean, I've steered a ship. It shouldn't be too hard, right?
You've mounted many a thing.
Legitimately, does anyone, you can check, but Hondo specifically, do you have proficiency in land vehicles?
Where did I find that?
So there should be a tab of proficiencies.
Did you have sea vehicles or something? It's below senses.
So on your main page, like the main
I'm on the page, I see defenses, conditions,
tools would be where it would
proficiencies in languages, and then it says armor, weapons, tools.
On the left.
I've got it too.
God damn it, Kevin, find it.
Okay.
Wait, did you say, Ali, you said you have the proficiency?
Yep, I have vehicles land.
Wow.
Oh, I have vehicles water.
You have vehicles water. I would give
that makes sense.
Yeah, I would give Kev maybe like a bit of an edge in some cases.
Yeah.
But yeah, legitimately being a cavalier, like you understand like the whole idea of you're used to it being an animal, in theory, used to it being Keith.
Or like a cart or something.
Or exactly, but like in theory, at least for game terms, it will apply for you as well, that this is the same mechanic. So you would be able to, when you add, if there's any checks that you make while driving this machine, you can add whatever bonus to it plus your proficiency bonus as you are skilled in actual mechanics. If Hondo, in this case, is driving and needs to make a check of some kind, you won't be able to add your proficiency, but I would
like
maybe
you probably
give
wouldn't have disadvantage. Whereas like if I tried it or if Lavender tried it, we'd probably have disadvantage.
Depending on what you're trying to do, I'm gonna have to kind of make a call. In some cases,
Lavender
I
under
would
the
give you, I would give you like half proficiency, maybe, like depending on what it is you're trying to do here. But in theory, Alana actually is your best pilot for this.
And just to double check, it's just on the vehicle right now. It's just me, Alana.
It's just the two of you, and then Gord and Mary are on Gord's Phantom Steed, like beside the vehicle now, having like rode up and caught up to it now. So the four of you are together. In theory, they could jump onto the machine if they wanted to, but the four of you are together. And this machine is gargantuan. It is huge in terms of size. It's like a bus.
I'm thinking the Star Wars, the Jabba vehicle, right? That's like...
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, the massive like swinging wrecking ball still kind of hanging on the back end, just like heavy armor plates on its side. And I will send to our chat. Ooh, I like that, Scott. I will send the hopefully you guys can open that, the actual statistics for the Demon Grinder machine.
That's cool.
Oh my god, that picture.
Yeah, the picture is pretty dope.
Damn.
That's cool.
I'm like, I love.
You did a great job describing it, Kyle. That's great.
I love like joyful little Alana, like driving this like monster.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just like a really big goat.
Attach a little bell to one of those like claws. I'll take this full. We'll bring it full when we do the thing.
So, bringing it back into the present here and now, the four of you, at the very least, Hondo and Alana, you guys are literally on it. Mary and Gord, you have yet to make a declaration as to where you are, but until you change your minds, you're still on the Phantom Steed. Val, you've heard something is coming, and you made a note to the rest of the group over the open channel of the earring to kind of come back to the island and see about steering this fucking massive war machine with you. And Lavender is also there,
Chilling.
not having heard any response.
Yeah, guys, bring that thing over here, and we can do a little heal, and then we got to head to the Northeast Island to stop the army of hell from killing us all.
So, Hondo, do you take the pilot seat or the helm?
I'll look at Alana and be like, Alana, maybe you want to start driving. I will captain the ship as I am used to.
Aye, Captain.
If you need help, I am here.
Awesome. I've never driven one of these before, but I assume it's just like riding a big goat.
It's a giant goat, you know. It won't kick your ass if it doesn't like you. So you're good.
Well,
Exactly. Okay.
Allie, as you settle into the helm, you get up on top of this kind of bulk at the top to give you the best view, but you have to like get down into this kind of seat. You actually are pretty well covered in terms of exterior attack. Pardon me. And as you sit in, first thing you notice, the seat is kind of warm and wet and slick with blood and kind of the melting hell goop of your fallen victims, but directly before you see a couple of levers. Immediately you can tell there are some obvious like what we would understand as like a kind of pilot's like handles and stick. So you would push it forward, but it's like a two-pronged kind of handle in which you can kind of steer, and you gather that very quickly. You look and see a couple other like kind of meters and dials, but you notice one of them is kind of a small dial in a half moon, and you see it's kind of got a red half circle or half quarter of it is red, and the other half is kind of green, and it's about halfway. It's this little stick is kind of riding up into about halfway, seemingly about half depleted in its fuel source. As you take the helm and you kind of push forward, and it seems to respond rather quickly, and there's a roar that sounds like a demonic like growl as you can move pretty quick, 100 feet per second, 100 feet per round on this thing.
So I'm going to call out to Valentine and, well, I guess Lavender can't hear, but I'll ask Valentine, do you want us to pick you up or should we just go for the action?
I think you should definitely pick us up. We should go as a team.
All right, if you want. And then I'll yell to Allie, we're heading for Valentine.
Got it. Let's go.
Gord, Mary, you guys are staying on Phantom Steed, or are you joining on top of the machine?
I'm getting on the machine.
Okay. In that
I
case,
want to ride on that back part where like the ball is. I want to not that.
Gord, you take the wrecking ball position. Mary, as soon as Gord leaves his steed, it does fade. So you are either running or hopping on top.
No, yeah, I just follow Gord's lead.
Okay. Then for if you guys are actually going to get into some shit out of curiosity, Gord takes wrecking ball, Alana at the helm. There is the front kind of jaws that has a seat, and there are two harpoon flingers that are kind of just above and ahead of the helm on left and right side of the machine, and those each have a seat and obvious harpoon kind of guns at them, but there are also plenty of places where you can just kind of hold on to the side and kind of ride as passenger. Gord takes wrecking ball. Hondo, you said you were just kind of like on the helm, just kind of holding position, calling the shots. Mary, do you take a seat somewhere or just hold on to the side?
I'm just looking up the different sections. I'll take one of the harpoon thingies.
Sure. It gives you a good sight line as well of the battle. But within a rather quick couple of seconds, Valentine, you can hear. It sounds like the approach of several large figures, or several many figures to the northeast. Just like the clatter of armor and footfalls, and this faint kind of war cry that you've heard before. This bah, tor, bah, tor, bah, tor. Just like constantly from a cacophony of voices.
Must go faster. Let's hurry this along, guys.
Very quickly, the machine comes to a halt as, what are you guys doing?
Holy shit, this is what you guys got? This one's way cooler than the one that Lana and Keith destroyed. Is there room for all of us? Lav, you want to get on board this?
Up on.
I could definitely see myself riding that thing.
Lav, do you want to operate the chomper, I assume it's called? The thing at the front with the scary teeth?
She's already walking away from him towards it.
I think, okay, all right. I will jump on board too. Well, I guess this place needs a captain, right? Is anyone already got the captain role?
You're looking at them, man.
Fuck. What's left? Like first aid, navigator?
There's another harpoon thingy.
Harpoon.
Does someone take the ball at the back?
Gord is on that.
Squadmaster.
All right, I'll take another harpoon, I guess. I will walk up to Gord. Who needs that? Mary probably looks the worst. I'll walk up to Mary and pump a level 3 cure wounds in her.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as that's done, I'm going to use the pearl of power before I jump on that harpoon thing. And I'll yell, head to the northeast to the scary hell chance.
Got it.
Okay. Alana, as you put the demon grinder into gear, the wheels spin deep into the sand of the bay and dig a heavy trench before just firing forward with all of you in your respective seats. And it's kind of like you can feel the whole thing it feels like it's threatening to fall apart at any moment. And yet it also feels like the most tankiest, horrifying thing you guys have ever sat in, but now are in control of. In a matter of seconds, you make your way around the temple, kind of seeing it from the exterior, where you had only seen it from this perspective when you first arrived in the city of Kas'Tyrion, and were kind of captivated by it. You make your way around, and you do in fact see, as you come around the north edge of the island, there are about 3 squads of, you gauge, maybe 40, 50 some odd Eldrazi and Revenant Vow cultists, Eldrazi knights. You recognize a couple of masked figures as the Whisperers, and you see several kind of streams of them. And at this point, they have made it to the edge of the island and have set up 2 or 3 points where there are bridges that are kind of making the like ramps that are making their way up over the rocky terrain at the edge of the island. And they're slowly making their way up onto the island, where you can just see the 5 Valar monks holding down the fort, and Quinn now amongst them, so 6, I suppose, Valar monks about to hold off the coming fray as you guys thunder in.
23 health.
Initiative.
23 health to Mary, by the way.
Okay,
Ooh, initiative? Ooh, shit.
let's roll some initiative.
We need to fuck up those ramps. With that wrecking
Let's
ball.
take this car and get out of here and start a new campaign.
I've already started writing it.
Oh, 2021, what's up?
Oh.
Not good for you, though.
Not good for me.
Better than my 2, I'm sure.
Ooh.
Oh, you
Well, plus my
2021,
Plus initiative.
what's
Oh, yeah.
up?
plus.
So, how do I want to do this?
Allie, tell me you rolled high. You're driving.
Yep, I rolled really well.
Awesome.
Oh, Brawly.
I'm excited. At least really well for me.
Yeah. The 5. 95.
I'm so excited.
Okay, let me hear it. 25 to 20.
18.
27.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
26.
Wow.
I got a nat 20 though, so can I beat Hondo with that? Come on.
You can't with that.
I know.
No, you can't. Hondo's too good. Hondo, Val, Allie with an 18. So yeah, 20 to 15.
16.
Attaboy. This is gonna be bad for Laugh
The
and Mary.
kids.
Okay, Lav and Mary hit it.
7.
8.
She still beats you.
And she still beats me. She rolled a 2. Hopefully I
at
can.
least we're balanced, though.
Well,
Yeah, we are. We got a good balance.
Yeah,
That's true. Like when you're facing this many things, it actually helps to have a spread out initiative sometimes.
yeah.
So you can actually react to things. It was good that Allie went high because
Yeah,
the
unless
fact
they
that she's
murder you.
driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, went middle, I guess. Like that's kind of a perfect spot for the person who's controlling where everyone is at all times.
Okay. So at this point, as you kick things off, you guys are you are one round out from getting into combat with the closest side. So you're 100 feet out from the closest group of Eldrazi, and you can see they're kind of working in these kind of 2x2 lines, making their way, trying to pass forth the pieces of the bridge to get up on this ramp up the edge of the island, and are making their way up. But as you come thundering around the corner, you can see immediately the look of fear in many eyes, and surprise, as well as a recognition from the Eldrazi knights and whisperers who immediately recognize that you guys are in charge, and you can see them like kind of take on their game face. They're getting ready to like do what they have to do to survive and hopefully kick your asses. Lastly, before we actually kick off initiative, just as you come around the corner, you see from kind of on the far side, on the far eastern shore, you see a lob of flaming black tar, just kind of, and it slowly just like crests across the bay, and you see it land somewhere on the island close to the temple, but you can't see from your perspective. But you can see that they are now currently kind of lobbing these relatively large balls of tar or pitch that are on fire. As we roll up with Hondo, you are 100 feet out from the nearest group, and as I say, there are probably about 50 or so figures generally amassed, but the closest one being 100 feet out.
How many structures, Kyle?
there are currently 3 bridges.
Okay.
That are the closest one is we'll say within the 100 feet. We'll say one is there, and then maybe another 50 feet to the next one, and maybe even 200 feet to the next one. These 2, the closest 2, would be right up at the edge of the front edge of the temple. So like if it's going to reach up to the first corner of the temple.
And are there people already moving over them?
There are a couple making their way up, and you can already see the Valar are like fists out ready, like at the top of each bridge, waiting to like hold them and battle them back. But the bridges are 10 to 15 feet in length to get from sand to the edge. They look like they can carry 2 people wide, and they are filling it up relatively fast. You can already see, like on this first bridge, there are 5 figures trying to already make their way up. As Honda, you're up first.
Sorry, I'm trying to picture. You said 100 feet away are the nearest group.
Yep.
And you said there are structures closer.
So each at the front edge of this kind of group of people, there's a bridge that they've made, this kind of like ramp bridge that they're using to quickly scale the edge of the island. That's the only kind of structure that you can see.
And how are those close? Are those 100 feet away?
That the first one is 100 feet away, and then from there it's maybe 150 to 200 feet, and then the third one you can see is maybe 400 feet from where you are right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna. We're not really in attack range for anything, so what I will say is,
Not just yet.
I will, Raleigh, get us to within 30 feet of the first structure. Harpoon,
Yay, Captain!
Mr. Valentine, unharpoon, be ready to fire.
Call me that.
And then
Mr. Val.
Miss Neptune, be ready to jump.
Mrs. Neptune?
Shut up!
Shut up, Dad!
Honda, you give out your orders. Are you holding any action for yourself?
I will hold. Yeah, I will hold. Probably attacking.
Like hold Whisper?
Yeah.
Okay. You shall hold Whisper. That'll take us to Valentine as you prepare.
Just listen to my captain, I guess. I'm just gonna like look at this harpoon thing and be like, all right. Is it
It's in
loaded?
range.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, these are loaded.
Dope.
Oh.
I will look at Hondo and be like, all right, and then I will aim and try and I don't know how good the aim is on this thing. Maybe a weird question. Is this a precision weapon, or does this feel like this is a big fucking like
A bazooka.
The mechanic, you can tell there's power behind it, but it's more about your aim of how well you can aim at your target.
Are we using the stats? Like it has it to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it doesn't so much have to do with you, Scott. It's what it says.
Then I will just shoot it at one of the guys scrambling up the bridge. I'm going to try and harpoon one of them.
Sure. So basically my question more is, do you want to try and aim for, you can see an armored like knight figure like you fought these Eldrazi knights. You can see one of the robed and masked whisperers.
Yeah, I want to
see
whisper.
a fuckload of cultists. Like you can see lots of them.
I'm going to try and hit one of those whisperers because I think they could really fuck our day up.
Absolutely. Okay.
Well,
Roll your attack.
Could you describe also the chomper? Like what would it like? Is this thing like just drags around and chomps at things as we go? Like,
so you can see the picture of the demon grinder machine right at the top of the mechanic. At the very front, there's these literal like jaws at the very front. So being in there, you have a range of literally 5 feet. So anything that's right in range,
okay.
you still have to roll to attack to crush and bite down on these things, but your range is significantly reduced. The caveat, the other side to that though, is it deals a fuckload of damage if you catch something and you guys are about to run into a wall of people. So the chomper is going to get something.
I rolled so bad. So 3 + 5 to hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not your forte. You take Hondo's orders, you begin kind of loading and aiming to fire, but it's just not you. It's not what you're used to. You used to being the weapon yourself and trying to use an implement seems off and wrong. And it fires in and it impacts into the bridge, but doesn't deal any damage.
I don't like it. It didn't work.
This guy's never held good machinery before.
Don't worry, it's just the first shot.
Better with my own tools.
Recalibrate, retool.
That's what she said.
I don't want to use it anymore. Lab's making fun of me.
All right, that is gonna
I'll just
end
blast
on
people
turn.
then.
Oh, I love when Mary gets it on.
Stop fighting! I'll turn the shit around.
Yeah.
At their turns, you can see it is the Eldrazi who are up now, and you
Not
can
great.
see immediately the Whisperer who you aim at looks up, though you can see no facial animation. They're behind this mask. Their eyes almost seem to darken, and immediately I need to see the range of some shit. Hang
This
on.
could be bad cats. Hold on to something.
Val, you recognize a cast of magic, and nothing quite happens yet. You can see just like this cast is like almost holding the energy between their fingers, and they hold that.
That guy's doing something.
Oh my god. It's so hard not to want to yell.
You can see then 3 of these armored figures immediately that you faced before. They're in these half plate. They have this like samurai like attire, almost like shrouded in like almost smoke begins to billow off of each of them, and you can see 3 copies of them begin to like pull away and create images of themselves that then begin to run directly at the approaching machines, and they hold their position. And that is going to end their turn for the time being. No, it's not. There's one other guy who is going to he's got a crossbow. Yeah, he's got a crossbow, and he's going to fire at the machine. It's at disadvantage because it's out of range. But actually, yeah, he's going to shoot at Lavender. You're in the chomper, correct? You guys are muted, but I'm going to say that it was
Say it again. It was a good line. Say
Oh
it
yeah,
again.
this bitch is about to chomp.
Yeah, it was good.
I rolled a 17 and an 18 at disadvantage, so I certainly hit you with a 26 to hit.
Because she has half cover. Yeah, I don't know what that does.
Half cover would give you but what's your AC normally? It's
16.
not going to get you to 26, unfortunately.
Well, shit.
Does it add?
It does. It does not. It does manage to get through the chomp, and that is one of the disadvantages of being literally the front of the machine. You have these big jaws in front of you, but you're a big target. Not great on damage, though. You take 4 points of piercing damage and an additional 5 points of necrotic damage. As it just gets right in under, as you're trying to figure out the mechanics of this chomper, suddenly just a bullet hits like your upper breastbone. And just fucking, it hurts. And that's going to end their turn. Take us to Alana.
Oh, I hate that I don't get the chomp.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right. I'm going to listen to the captain.
Pedal to the metal.
Where are we range wise?
We're going to find out. Allie, your full range is 100 feet. It'll get you right up into the first couple of guys here.
Okay. So I'll turn to Hana and go, you want me to go up to them?
Go to within 20 feet and get us ready for the wrecking ball.
All right. So Doozy says, get to the 20 feet, get into position for the wrecking ball.
So you go 80 of its initial movement. As soon as you go about half that way, you get about 40 feet. I need...
Oh boy.
So scared.
I need Alana to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Everybody, wisdom saving throw.
Whoa.
Great.
A good radial effect.
I guess we're all in the thing.
That is correct. That's a good sound.
Hopefully it is. I don't know.
Hondo,
Not great from the cap.
What roll? Sorry.
Wisdom save, please.
Is this a charm effect?
I don't believe so.
God damn.
At least it's a save, and I can do this. Because otherwise.
Oh no.
No, it is not considered a charm.
God damn. How do we ban all of these?
ban all of these rolls and spells I get to use on you?
Yeah.
How do we ban the enemy from playing the game?
How do we ban the enemy? Handicap them significantly.
Okay, Alana, you certainly succeeded by the sounds of it.
Natural 20.
That'll do it.
I'm so
There you
happy
go.
too because my wisdom save is 0. So I was really scared. That could have gone really bad.
That'll do it. Alana, you feel this like cloud. It kind of sparkles across, and it's kind of pretty for a moment, and it seems to catch your eye, but you have a duty to do, and you fucking hammer down. However, Valentine.
It's 9.
That's a fail. Lavender.
14.
That's a fail. Hondo.
9.
That's a fail. Gord.
23.
That's a success.
Boy, Gordo.
So
Or-
wisdom.
You're not facing this encounter yet, and you're not even fully aware that it's happened yet, but your mind is a steel trap. Mary,
21.
you also succeed.
All right.
You are ready for a fight, and your anger is not going to get taken over by some other fucking asshole. But for the three of you, Valentine, Lavender, and Hondo, you are confused,
Okay.
as in the spell Confusion.
Oh.
No.
An affected target can't take reactions
Okay.
and must roll a d10 at the start of each of their turns to determine what they do on their turn. It has 4 ranges of effects. At the end of each of your turns, you can make another wisdom saving throw to end that effect.
It's weird they don't have it in D&D Beyond for conditions. It's too bad.
Confused? Yeah, it's because it's not technically a condition. It's literally just this spell.
True. Okay, cool.
10-foot radius, checkity check. That is it. Okay, so that is the held spell that you saw that Whisperer beginning to conjure that unfortunately catches you, and you thunder forward as Allie, you head down, ready, hammer down on the throttle on this machine, and you thunder forward the 80 feet, your full 80 feet. You're within 20 feet of the bridge, and you get close to the island to get up on the bridge, and you have a selection of Eldrazi and cultists directly ahead of you. But what you immediately see is as you get close enough, these shadowy night figures leap up, and Mary and you, because you're the only ones who are not confused and who can see this. Gord is not confused, but he's on the back side of the machine. You watch as these shadows leap up and then become corporeal, and you see them swap places with the Eldrazi knights who are back behind. The shadow forms switch back to the bridge and kind of the amassed group, and 3 knights land, 3-point landing, swords drawn, on top of your machine. That is the end of their turn. It is still your turn, as you've used your action, Alana, you've used your action to drive forward 80 feet. You still technically have 20 feet of movement, and you have any bonus actions that you want to do, but your action currently has been used by driving.
I have a quick question, Kyle. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Just it's a spatial thing. So we drove forward 80 feet. Does it matter, because the wrecking ball's on the back, the chomper's on the front, in terms of range for things? How does that work?
So as part of the vehicle, anything within the vehicle space, we're gonna have to kind of fuck around. Alana's gonna, if the wrecking ball hits, she turns the wheel hard and the wrecking ball swings around. It's within 15 feet of the machine.
Okay. Because then the other thing too to keep in mind, Alana, is the chomper is melee, which means you need to be right on them. The wrecking ball has range. So if we can get right on some things, then the wrecking ball can't hit anything within those things. But that's just something to keep in mind.
Okay.
Keeping in mind, so the wrecking ball's range is 15 feet, chomper is 5. The harpoons have 120, so you don't really have to worry about them. Okay. But currently you're at 20 feet out of any enemy range, but there are 3 knights who are on top of the machine who can't be targeted by chomper or wrecking ball.
And
I guess wrecking ball potential.
The harpoons can swivel?
The harpoons can absolutely, they can swivel a full 360.
Okay. In that case, I will turn the machine so that the wrecking ball is within range to whack them.
Okay. You spin and turn the machine hard, so almost it's parallel with the line of these enemies, and in that spin you move an extra 5 feet so that the wrecking ball can get within range. It does pull the chomper out of range of everybody currently, but it puts the wrecking ball in like a perfect, like using the momentum to swing around and deal some fucking damage. That's your action. Do you want to do anything with a bonus?
Did I see the guys jump up? I did, right?
You absolutely do, and you see one of them is within 5 feet of your helm.
Okay.
Another is kind of behind Lavender, a little further to the front, and one is kind of directly in front of Valentine's harpoon position.
Okay, so all I'll do is I'll just kind of radio everybody, especially because Gord probably didn't see them, and I'll be like, heads up everyone, we've got company.
That's so polite. You're on a fucking Mad Max machine of death. And you're like, heads up.
Heads up everyone, we got company.
There you go.
I love the little polite Alana though. Like just no matter the situation,
so cute.
she's just so happy to be there.
The tank lord.
Okay, that takes us to Gord. Your wrecking ball is currently in position to hit either the bridge/ramp, or you could hit a kind of a selection of figures who are unmasked, or you could try and hit one of the guys who are on top of your machine currently. Or you could do something else.
Go for the... Fuck, I don't know.
There's the spell casting guy too. I don't know if he.
God, I want to see that.
That guy is on the bridge currently, so he would be affected if you were to attack him directly, or if you hit the bridge, there's a chance he could take some splash damage, or the bridge breaking could kind of fuck up his shit. Or you could just try and literally like spin it and smack that guy specifically. Up to you.
I want to take out that bridge so badly.
Do it.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, go for the bridge. Fuck this.
Okay.
All right.
Oh
If
my
that guy
God.
happens to get hit, then
Everyone on the bridge will essentially get a dexterity saving throw against DC that I set, and should they fail, they'll take half damage from Gord's damage. If they succeed, they take no damage in the terms of like evasion because they're not the target. But the bridge is going to take full damage and has no save because it's a bridge. Roll damage, Brooke. Roll to hit because you do have to aim it, but you'll probably hit it because it's.
I just roll a d20.
Roll a straight d20. It's going to be +9.
Lavender beside me.
17.
That'll hit. Roll. It's 8d8 +4, doubled because it's a object or structure.
Yes.
this is what fucked me up last game.
So
Yeah.
just 8d8. Just roll
That's
that.
right. And then add 4 off that. But yeah.
Can you roll 8 8s though?
Yeah, please.
46 plus 4,
That's
right?
4. Yeah.
That bridge
That's
just goes
a
bad.
full
Times
50
2?
Times
to
two.
100 points of damage. The wrecking ball splinters and just the bridge like cuts out a swath of the bridge right from the middle, and it just collapses. I'm going to roll some saves for the guys who are currently climbing it, including
Gord.
the Whisperer, who is concentrating on your confusion effect. That was a great roll by Brock.
Fuck yeah.
100 points of damage. Okay, so this is going to be... I've got 3 cultists. Now one of the shadows. So the shadow, we'll say, is destroyed. And the Whisperer. So, Whisperer. Ooh, actually, he might have succeeded. Whisperer save. Yeah, the Whisperer does save, manages to pull away, unfortunately.
This fucking guy.
Leaps up into the air as the wrecking ball comes down and smashes. The 2 cultists, however... Oh, wow. One of them actually succeeds, one fails.
I'll succeed. Oh, shit.
They have no bonus to it, so I just assume they're gonna die. One of them absolutely just you crush his entire leg, and he just goes down, and the bridge collapses on top of him. The other dives out of the way and lands fully prone on the ground, but manages to avoid the damage. But your goal of destroying the bridge is 100% completed. That is your action, Gord, as part of driving and attacking. Is there anything you want to do as a bonus? You have no movement while you are kind of in position. I guess in theory you could get up out of your position, but then that would leave your seat empty.
Can you I don't really know how the action works with this thing, but can I get it ready for the beginning of my next turn? to use it again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you basically just like you begin the action of like moving the controls to pull it up and out and swing for your next round. The only thing that's going to affect is where the machine is. Like if Allie goes and moves you out of whatever you're trying to do, it could change. But you can begin the act of getting it ready. 100%.
Yeah, let's do that then.
That ends your turn. Mary, you're up.
So I saw Valentine fail with the thing, look at it, realize I could do better with this for my bow. Start to grab my bow to take out like the magic guy, and then Brock fucks everyone up and go, okay. And instead I go for the swords.
Okay.
And I'm assuming there's some of these guys on the machine close to me, right?
There are 3 of the knights that have, pardon me, that have gotten up onto the machine. From we'll say you're on the left harpoon. There is one that is almost directly beside you, looking down at Allie. There is one that is like on the opposite side of the machine, directly in front of Valentine, and there's one that's further from you, slightly, still only about 5-10 feet, at the very front, right where Lavender is.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the one near Allie, because she needs to keep this thing driving. I'm gonna try to get up out of my thing. Can I try to position myself, because I want to try to do a pushing attack to get this guy off, and if possible, in front of us, so we can run him over next turn. But it depends on, like, direction.
I would say you can't get this guy in front of you. You could do that with the one that one that's right behind Lavender, or the one that Valentine is at. But the one that is at Allie is just too far up on the machine. You could kick him off the side, but not in front. You can kick any of them off the side, but the one that is at Lavender, one at Valentine, you could get in front of you.
Okay, I am in melee with the one, though, you said, or no?
Basically, like you'd have to get up out of your seat, essentially. But
okay, yeah. I don't want to take an attack of opportunity because my health still isn't excellent. So I'll get up and around to this guy. So I'm going to try to. Well, we'll see if I hit, but I'm going to try to push him off.
You got
like, who do you love more? Like, who are you trying to save?
Well, first, Alana, because she needs to drive.
That's fair.
But if I don't even need to do a shit ton of damage. I don't have to kill this guy. I just have to shove him off. And if that works, I get 2 more attacks to try to 2 other people.
Fair.
Right?
That is correct.
The first one is in 16 plus 12.
A natural 16 to hit.
Yeah, plus 12.
Yeah. 100%.
Is Alana's not in melee, like it wouldn't count as sneak, right?
Not technically. I wouldn't give that one to you because he's got such an advantage height-wise over her.
Yep.
She's not currently in combat. She's driving, so yeah, unfortunately I would say.
Okay, and then he's got to make a strength save,
You got it.
which is probably decent at.
Not bad at, so. But probably not good enough. That's only a 17.
I don't remember my save. 1 second.
I do need that.
I'm trying to find it on here. No, it's 19 now.
19, yeah. Unfortunately, still trying to get his balance as they just kind of did this cool like shadow teleportation thing. He's in like a 3-point stance. As he begins to stand and draw his sword, you catch him completely off guard. He's focused fully on Allie. So what's the damage?
19.
19 points of damage. Takes him to this. And yeah, you just fully, like, as you pierce through with the sword, you catch him off guard, and as you just kind of pull the sword up, he full slips off the side, tumbles, and takes a little bit of extra damage as he kind of skids to a halt on the ground, or starts tumbling anyways. So it'll be a little extra damage to him there as well.
Sorry, was I able to get him off the side of the machine?
Yeah, he went off. He fell.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
He's gone.
Awesome. I'll move to the one beside Lavender, because she's closer to me, right?
Yeah, you fully get up and you begin making your way. It's still like, by the time you get out of your seat, it's like 5 feet and you're there.
Okay. I'll try to hit them.
Yep, this guy's a little bit more prepared.
Natural 19.
Hit.
And I'm assuming also no sneak on this one.
I would say the same. Lavender's
Yep,
not
that's fine.
fully in combat with him.
Let's try another pushing. Let's hope we get a short rest at some point. I'm burning all these.
Yeah, like I'd give you a short rest.
Yeah, when we die.
You can rest when you're dead, that's right. Okay, sorry. Strength save.
God, I think you're going to like my tweet.
Oh, I saw it and I fucking love it.
That's a natural 17, so definitely succeeds.
Damn it. Okay, well. 24 points of damage. I will better on that one.
Excellent. This guy takes 24.
last-
Are you going to
next-
focus this guy again?
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna try to beat his ass.
Sure.
I'm not gonna waste any more of my dice, but I have another attack. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay. $15 points of damage. Offhand attack, I may as well use that one too.
Sure.
This one might not hit. Only 17.
17 is AC.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they're not quite as quick as you all. You can see they are heavily armored. They just aren't as well magically endowed as your party seems to be.
16 points of damage on that one.
There you go. Okay.
It's my
Still standing, but looking angry, but still standing.
Okay.
That'll end Mary's turn. Lavender, at the top of your turn, I need you to roll a D10 for me.
D10. Which one's that? This one. EB 9.
A 9. Okay. The sparkle of this magic suddenly just like takes you completely off guard. You're enraptured by it, but you got a job to do. Your turn continues as normal. Whatever you want
I
to
feel
do.
like Hondo after a night out on the town, and I really want to get this chomping going. Is there anyone within chomp range?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, the alley pulled back, so you're about 15 feet from the nearest chomper.
She
There's
pissed.
lots of people within like range for you though.
There are people with range of your regular abilities, but the chomper unfortunately does not have someone directly in front of.
Yeah,
If you
she's-
really wanted, Lab, you could hold using the chomper until
100%.
Allie gets you in range.
I will point out, being a benevolent DM, you currently cannot use reactions, and holding your turn uses a reaction.
She pissed, so she would never hold a reaction. Like, that's very, like, Lavender is very, like, ah! So she just, like, ah! And magic missiles out. Like, it's almost like they just come out of her fingers. She's like, ah! And so she does that at a level 3.
Hell yeah. Do you target anyone specifically, or do you just send
Imagine-
them out into the crowd directly?
Yeah, who are you targeting? People on our boat thing?
Oh, I'm targeting them, like, whoever is the closest to us.
There's a guy directly behind you that Mary's fighting. There's a guy a little bit further back on the war machine that's kind of in front of Valentine. But directly in front of you have the best sight line through the jaws. You're seeing like 50 dudes. Like there are tons of people 15 feet in front of you.
Oh, there's tons of people. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, I'm just going to literally shoot a fireball into all of these people
100%.
at a level 4.
You just
Out
you
of the
just
jaws?
No,
angrily fire the fireball out, and like a dragon just breathing fire. That's first things first. Wild magic
no.
surge.
Wild magic.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Give me a
He's
1.
wild.
After all of this,
4, but that
Close.
was so
Pretty
close. It
close.
like bounced.
roll damage.
So
Level 4, that's a
fireball
shitload.
level 4 is 9d6.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh wow, you don't need
Oh wait, oh no, I need.
this one's nice.
Okay, yeah.
You see all your purple ones. Do you need mine?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'll take away 2 points of damage. I accidentally rolled a d8 instead of a d6, so I re-rolled a d6 and a d6 for 10 more
2 points
edge.
back on me, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used a d8 instead of a d6 for 10 more edge.
Gotcha. Thank you for being honest.
I feel like we're better at counting now that we've played crib so much.
Yeah, our math skills now are on point.
Yeah.
They're not for me. Please don't.
33.
33 points. All right. So as you just angrily fire this fireball out, it like I say, like a dragon just breathing fire, just in its wake, you just see bodies get thrown. There are several who will just fall by the wayside. You notice just like burning black and red cloaks of just cultists, several down immediately.
He's like super like.
That is your action.
I
Anything you
don't-
want to do on a bonus?
I thought I don't have. Oh, I don't have a reaction, but I still have a bonus.
You technically still have a bonus if you want.
Can I inspire someone?
Absolutely.
I'll say, Brawly, drive this shit straight to hell! And I inspire her.
What does she mean by that?
Or maybe, yeah, okay, whatever. I say it.
Yeah, Alana is inspired. At the end of your turn, Lavender, throw me a wisdom save throw again.
Save, baby.
10.
No, unfortunately, you are still under the effect of the spell, so next turn, another d10. That'll end your turn and take us to actually, these guys are mostly dead currently, so they are not going to be a problem. As Lavender just mopped through a bunch of these cultists. You do see, Lav, as you inspire Brawley and the rest of you begin to kind of get into the fray. With this bridge completely destroyed, you can see the immediate fallback of some of these cultists. They begin to immediately just pull back to the next group and stack their forces, trying to get up onto the island out of the wake of your massive horde machine. But you can still see some are preparing for a fight as you watch as one of the remaining knights and some of these other whisperers are shouting to them, these like generic kind of group of amassed soldiers and cultists to try and bring you down. And we'll see if they actually do anything, but currently, no. That takes us to the monks up top, but they are safe because Gord destroyed the bridge, so they're fine, taking us back to Hondo.
I'm confused, right?
You are confused. Unfortunately, I didn't cover this. I did it myself. You had your held action, but because you became confused before you used it, you could not utilize your reaction to use your held action. You are still confused. Roll a d10 at the top of your turn. Sorry, a d10.
Oh, D10. Damn it.
Damn it, Hondo. I wonder what that is.
3. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Why does it always happen to you? You can unfortunately not move or take actions this turn. The effect...
That's better than some of the other options.
Yeah, in this case it is actually, but it's just unfortunate that Kevin always seems to get the stun effect. He's just held in place. He calls out something cool and then just has to hold his position as like all this crazy shit happens around Hondo. Unfortunately, the confusion, these colors, and this just like mental imagery has just enraptured you, and unfortunately you forget the fight that your friends are currently in, and you're off in some beautiful fantasy land, a beautiful island, some ladies, some drinks. It's nice. Unfortunately, that is going to end your turn as you can't move or take actions, but at the end of your turn you can roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Come on, baby. 20.
D20 plus your wisdom save. That's not bad.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save, I think, is +2. Yes, so.
Your save?
Oh, wait, save is, yeah, +2. Wisdom.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are still under the effect of the spell. Not quite enough. Not quite enough to shake free of that beautiful, beautiful island. But that'll end your turn and take us to Valentine. Top of your turn, D10.
10.
You shake free of the spell for the time being. You can do what you want.
Fuck this harpoon. Is there still a guy fighting Mary?
There's a guy directly in front of you that Mary kind of left hit to himself. He's still directly in combat with you technically, and there is a guy directly in front of Mary. Between Mary and Lavender.
If I can't get to that guy to get advantage, I'll just fight this guy near me.
Yeah, unfortunately, just like it's not a big enough machine to like maneuver out. In theory, you could try and get up front. You would definitely risk an attack of opportunity, but you wouldn't get flanking bonus.
How close is the current guy to me, the one right behind me?
He's within 5 feet of you.
Okay, I was thinking about Eldritch Blast, but I won't do that because I think that's disadvantage, right?
That is correct.
Okay, then yeah, I'll just take out a Furious and then just swing at him.
Go for it.
Be true, my blade. 16 plus some shit.
Oh, natural. I was going to say natural 16 definitely hits.
I'm going to use Boom and Blade with this.
You got it.
I'm holding so long. So long.
How?
I use dice.
Yeah, like purple
Oh
tunnel.
my god. I'm gonna use it. Okay, so Booming Blade at this level is, what level am I? 2d8, right? Let's do it. 4, 6, plus I think the initial Aetherius damage.
Mhm.
So, what did I say? 2, 6? Okay, 4, 6, 4. So that's 14 plus 8 is
22.
22.
It gets worse because then you're not even calculating. All you're thinking is, "Oh my god, I should have this by now."
I know the thousands of people watching our stream by now are just judging me too. 22, and then he's got the booming blade damage if we still want to play like that. We talked about it a different way.
We'll keep it as is for now, just because it's. I don't like changing things like that, like mid game. But we'll see how it plays out.
Slash him.
But you carve through with your attack and hold your position, unless you want to move anywhere further. But there's not like a whole lot of moving to be done.
Yeah, I think I'll just keep the harpoon to my back.
Okay, so yeah, you are no longer at the helm of the harpoon. You are now physically in combat with this guy. At the end of your turn, roll a wisdom save.
Maybe I'll inspire my boy so he can save out of it. Hondo.
Okay.
I'll be like, "Come on, Captain!" Ooh, I got 15 plus 3. 18?
And 18 does succeed. The
And-
confusion fades. The bonus to inspire Hondo goes through. And Hondo, you have an extra D10
Yep.
if needed. So you have that. That'll end Valentine's turn as you hold your position, and takes us to the Eldrazi. So we'll go with the one who's directly in front of Valentine. And unfortunately, he is not going to move because you're right there, and he is just going to try and hurt you. As he does. Let's see. Begins slashing with his longsword.
I don't have reactions on this because I'm still affected, right? Oh no, I'm not anymore.
You
so I
just
could-
saved. You
Okay.
do technically have your reaction back. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, I will shield then.
Okay. Burn the spell slot. And you protect yourself against the first. This is going to be a 23.
So shield does +5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 23 is my AC.
23 does hit him.
Okay.
Third longsword strike. That is a natural 2, so that is going to miss. And finally, this has all been this big longsword. He just slices across your midsection with this smaller short sword. Finally,
This guy.
that is a 27. So
I think that hits too.
those will hit. So 2 hit. It's not too bad. That was a good use of your shield.
Thank God I got that reaction there. Whew.
Okay, so 9 points of slashing damage on the first.
Okay.
The short sword cuts across your midsection. Ooh, actually not too bad. For 10 points of slashing damage and an additional 9 points of necrotic damage.
Fucking necrotic.
So 19,
19?
on that second one, 8 on the first.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah,
That one.
52.
Not so bad, but he puts every ounce of fighting into it. And you can see, like, it's weird. You are insightful enough to recognize, like, the style of fighting. You've seen Mary fight like this. This is the style that, like, whether she recognizes it or not, this is very reminiscent of how Mary fights.
Is this her son?
That's going to end his turn. Then the other one is going to attack Mary.
Look at Mary quizzically.
Same, just long sword and short sword coming out.
I mean, you know the answer to that question, Scott.
Yeah.
Valentine knows the answer to that question.
Your son.
Mary, 24, 22, both hit.
Yep.
And finally, natural 20.
Oh,
and,
God.
and 18 to hit.
18 doesn't.
So the short sword does not hit. One of them is a natural 20, and the other two managed to get through. So we'll say this is my natural 20 dice. Oh, it was the lowest one. Fuck you.
Thank God.
So that is 10, 14, 14, and math. You take 26 points of damage. as 3 of these long sword attacks just rake down, managing to pierce through some parts of the chinks in your armor. But you recognize this short sword, and you can see this faint kind of glimmer across it, this faint black energy, and you do manage to pull back, just dodging out to make sure that one doesn't strike true. But unfortunately, you do take the brunt of his attacks. You and Valentine, actually, Gord, you notice first, the guy who fell off begins to scramble up and get back onto the machine. And let's see.
Yes, Bish.
Gord, you see just before it begins to take off once more, as it's kind of still rumbling to a halt, he tumbles to the sand, gets up, and just lays a hand up, and as Allie begins to pull it forward again, he holds himself onto the edge and is climbing slowly back up onto the edge. But he is currently kind of half hanging off the side. That's going to be the end of their turn. This guy is still concentrating on that. And there is one guy still in the kind of crowd. Oh, actually, there's another one of these. What am I doing? There's one guy in the crowd who fires a crossbow. Let's see. He's going to put 2 shots, one at Lavender and one. He's going to try and hit Allie. But Allie's got a lot of AC, so he's going to try anyways.
Yeah, Lavender's never been more pissed.
You have cover still, so.
So Lavender, that is an 18 to hit.
But I have cover, so
Half
Yeah,
cover.
does that add?
So what is your AC? What is your AC naturally?
my AC is 16.
So with half cover, I believe it is 2. So that would take you to 18.
So that's
which
still
would
hits.
still hit.
No, she still hits.
Ah, yeah. It just
Let me-
rattles through the teeth.
Yeah.
I just need to see how much it is. 3/4 cover is +5, but I think half is only +2. Half is +2. So unfortunately, you still get hit with that. Allie, you have +5 to your AC against this one, which is only a 17 to hit you.
Oh, that does hit.
With the +5 AC,
Oh, no, sorry.
you
Yeah,
have
no,
you have
it's-
3/4
we're good.
cover in the
We're
helm.
good. Yeah.
And I guess he has a bonus action, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. I heard he doesn't.
You see one of these shadows formulate on top of the helm as well, and formulates, let's say, right beside Hondo, because Hondo is currently just kind of not doing anything. So one forms right beside Hondo, which is kind of beside Valentine as well. You see, as you're facing down this one knight, another shadow of one kind of pops right beside you and Hondo. Lav, you take... you take 6 points of necrotic damage and 9 points of piercing damage. Back to Alana, you're up.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of turn to everyone and go, everybody okay back there?
Valentine slowly shakes his head.
It's really bad.
Yes and no. Still need to get some of these assholes down, though.
Keep driving. Kill more people.
Okay, will do.
Where did that magic guy go? Sorry.
Yeah, drive over
Turning
him.
on.
Drive
He
over.
is on the ground where the bridge has been destroyed. He's landed, and he's like fully, he's not prone, he's landed on his feet, but he is 15 feet in front of you. A little
front
to
of,
the
like-
side. He's like at where the island is, because he was on the bridge. So you guys are kind of a little further over. But you could, in theory, try and get him, but it puts you kind of at an odd point, almost riding up on the island, if you were to try and literally run him over. But Allie,
I was just curious.
The guy that is doing the concentration on the confusion, is he within running over distance?
100%.
So good.
Can I run over him?
Let's find out.
No, that I didn't even know that.
So you're going to...
This is so fun.
He is 15 feet in front of you.
Okay.
How much of your movement do you want to use?
I will
How far do you want to try and go?
Let's do, like, enough that I can kind of run over him and then pull back. So, like, just to
Run
be
over
sure
him
he's
twice.
dead. Be sure
Okay.
he's dead. Yeah.
So you rush forward, doing 50 feet, and then just getting into the mix of everybody.
Yeah.
I will point out those who don't get potentially run over here, they have a chance to attack of opportunity against the machine.
Okay.
Keeping that in mind, there are 20 some odd figures in this group. Just
It has 200 hit points, and we don't know how many it's already taken. So we can't fuck this machine up too much.
Yeah.
But the running over plan also sounds excellent. So you could just keep going too.
Okay, yeah.
It's just something to keep in mind for rather than potentially coming back in around. If you go straight through, you still will get some attacks of opportunity now that you're going to run through a crowd, but you will deal a fuckload of damage to the people you run over.
Okay, I'll do that then.
All right, so let's just do let's say 50 feet first, just to see how it goes.
Okay.
As you rush over, and there's one guy who's prone, who fell, just a regular guy. There's this guy who we're talking about. There's one of these other knights, and then just a fucking mass of people. There's probably, like I say, about 20 people directly in front here. So you rush forward, just pedal to the metal, head down. You spin back around where you were kind of parallel to them. You spin around, kicking up sand, and just charge forward. It moves through the space of any creature. When it does, the creature must succeed on a DC 11 dexterity saving throw or take 4d10 bludgeon damage and be knocked prone. If it was already prone, it takes an additional 4d10. And it can't be used against a particular creature more than once. So you couldn't actually have done the run back over.
Okay.
Unfortunately. But let's see. I'm going to roll for the Whisperer and the Knight who are out there, and then I'll roll for the kind of group at large. Okay, the Knight is going to use Indomitable, because that was ass. That succeeds. So the Knight definitely succeeds.
Fuck him.
The Whisperer rolls a 5.
Yes, fuck you.
For a total of 10. And fails by 1.
Yay!
So roll 4d10.
Oh,
4d10. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Roll good.
1.
D10s are the best.
The Knight manages to pull away.
Well, if you backed over him, if the creature was already prone, it takes an extra 4d10 damage.
Oh my god.
So the guy who jumped off and saved from the wrecking ball, he is torn to shreds on the ground.
Okay, so we got 8, 7, 9, and 6.
Jesus, these are good. Wait. Yeah, use that calculator.
30.
Haven't played enough cribbage for that one.
30 points to this guy. Takes him to that. So let me do my Constitution saving throw.
Fail.
No.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Con save of 12. That is a fail.
Yes.
Needed a 15 on 30 points. Con is gone. Confusion fades across your group. As you thunder forward, and you just everyone kind of begins to lose footing as Alana's machine and you just see just guts and blood get kicked up in sand out of the back. It's just a churning machine of death, and just hurtles forward. The one Knight managed to get out of the way. The Whisperer is knocked prone and churned beneath the wheels, but manages to still be alive, though back behind your machine. You still have half your movement if you want to keep going, but your machine does take several attacks of opportunity that I'm going to roll really quick.
I picture you just rolling through these people, and then there's just one in moments notice, just there's all this splatter on all of our faces. It's just like, yeah. You have like the little windshield wipers. It's like, oh.
So far, only.
Also, you're inspired.
Hit.
Oh yeah.
3 have hit. That's it. 3 hits.
Good. That's pretty good.
Not too bad. So your Demon Grinder, so Allie, you'll be taking charge of the hit points for the Demon Grinder as you're currently at the helm.
Okay.
So the Demon Grinder has 200 hit points.
Yeah.
It now has 10 less. Sorry, it now has 16 less.
Okay.
So it took 16 points of damage there.
Okay. So 184.
That's right.
Okay. Cool.
That is. Oh, you still have. That's 50 feet of your move. If you want to keep driving forward, you currently have moved past this first kind of group, and you are now about 70-ish feet from the next kind of group and the next bridge that is currently is still intact. Do
Okay,
you move
yeah.
forward, or do you hold this position?
We'll keep going.
Okay, so you get currently within 20 feet of the next bridge. Keeping in mind for those of you who have ranged attacks, unfortunately, Gord, you are out of range for this round of the Wrecking Ball, and Lavender, unfortunately, is also out of range of chomping in this round, unfortunately.
All good.
Just given position. That'll end. Allie, and take us to Gord.
Gord could still wrecking ball the people on the thingy, right?
Allie moved the rest of her move and basically.
No, on our actual.
Sorry. Yeah, he could hit either, basically. He couldn't hit the front one. He could hit the one that's with Valentine.
Would Valentine have to make a save?
Possibly. You're gonna roll your attack against this guy.
What was it again? D20?
D20 plus 9.
Ooh, 19.
19. He doesn't have any reaction. 19 hits. Roll damage. Val, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
You got
That's
it.
8. D8s again.
That is correct, sir.
Don't fuck me. Don't fuck me. Ooh.
36.
15 on the dice plus 9, so 24.
Val, you watch as Gord spins the whole machine around, and you can hear the grinding of gears as Allie just turns over these people. Out of the corner of your eye, you begin to see this growing just mass of metal and shadow, and it's coming around and it's coming behind the knight in front of you. You wait, you hold position until the last moment where you just fully just matrix dodge out of the way, and it just skins past you, but also is now caked in gore of this guy who gets fucking clobbered. And he's going to make a dex save to see if he manages to hold on to.
Just scream my
Ship.
hair.
Dex save. Actually, he does manage to succeed. He is knocked away from you and is clinging onto the side of the machine, but he's not knocked free. So he's still there, but took a fuckload of damage.
God, that didn't hit me. That could have been real bad.
Brock, you rolled 36, right?
Yeah, that's just on the dice.
Yeah, so plus 4, so a total of 40. That takes that.
That's a pretty great turn.
Yeah, and he is free of Valentine, so Valentine does not have anyone directly in front of him. And that will end that. Pardon me. Is there anything you want to do with a bonus action, Brock?
No, there's nothing I can really do.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot. I just want to remind people you do have bonuses if they do come up. They're just not that many. Mary, we're on to you.
Okay, well, this guy that hit me with a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for him.
Okay.
First one is a natural fucking 20.
There you go. Very on brand.
Oh, okay, that worked. No sneak, right? Still?
Yeah, Lavender's not technically in combat with him.
That's fine.
She
Just
did
checking.
something else. Yeah.
Just checking. I wasn't sure if Valentine moved or not, so.
No, Val still is holding his position back with the other guy,
Covered
and there
in
is still a shadowy figure beside both you and Hondo.
Oh, I should have done my. No, he's not going to live long enough, so maybe it's not worth it. I rolled max damage. So, 12 times 2 is 24, plus 8 for 32.
Okay.
On the
Still
first
standing.
attack.
Still standing.
That's only
Looking
the first.
very rough though.
Second attack was a natural 1, so there's that karma.
Yep.
Third attack is 14 plus 13.
That'll hit.
Yep. 16 points damage.
Okay. He's looking very rough.
Oh, fuck. I was hoping that was going to do it. Okay.
Not quite.
Offhand, then.
Yeah.
Natural 18
That'll hit.
Let's actually roll the proper damage for this one this time.
Yep.
Oh, max though. So 6. 13 points damage on that one.
That's enough to take him out.
Yeah, just trying to, like, getting back used to haven't fought people who fight with this same style as me in a while.
Yeah.
So trying to get used to that.
Yeah, it takes your full move, but like just full reciprocating what this guy just did to you. You just lash out, and using your training a little bit better than he does, you manage to cut him down. He drops, and his body is just kind of slumps off the side and falls beneath one of the churning wheels of your machine. That'll end your turn unless you want to move.
Yeah, I was just going to ask where. So there's one person left with Valentine, right?
Mm-hmm. Who
And
looks
then-
pretty hurt right now.
Okay.
And there's like a shadowy guy beside him.
Okay. I'll go so that if Valentine tries to hit this guy, that he has advantage.
Got it?
That's wherever that is on the thing. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we're kind of theater of the mind.
Yep.
But it makes sense for you guys to give advantage to each other, just the way in my head it works.
Okay.
That'll end your turn. Takes to Lavender.
Bolt I'm gonna firebolt whoever is the closest to me.
So you can turn around and firebolt the guy, one of the knights who is on the machine with you guys, or you are getting close to another group, and you can see there are several of these masked whisperers directly ahead in a kind of a group of soldiers, as well as knights and
Whisperers are magic dudes, right?
so they seem to be these masked kind of robed guys.
I didn't realize that. So could she save the chomper ability if we ran into them?
She can hold her attack for the moment she gets within.
Oh, you are still confused. Are you confused?
Yeah.
No, confusion's gone.
Oh, because we
because we killed it.
He's still alive, but he did get run over pretty heavily, so he's hurt.
The chomper thing's kind of neat.
Okay, yeah, let's go chomp.
So you're gonna hold your action.
Yeah.
You got it. So depending on the target that kind of Allie is it'll be kind of Allie who will determine who you angle towards, and you can yell at her who you want to try and hit, but it'll be determined by what she does, because it's,
you can yell at her and say like, I want to hit those guys.
Yeah.
Instead of, can I use a cantrip? Like, can I use message instead of yelling?
That would use your action.
Well, that would be.
She's not that far from you.
Okay. I'll just tell her that I'm about to chomp
You got it.
help me.
You think Brawley Lav would yell at Brawley?
I know. I was like, I would like to message her and tell her she's doing a great job, and then I will ask her what to do.
Brawley, while you're gone, Lavs, you can tell her you're gonna chomp.
Yeah?
Ollie, I am hungry and I'm ready to chomp. Let's go to the buffet.
All right, let's get you in a position.
Perfect.
You guys just on Allie's turn. We'll get Amanda in position, Lavender in position, and you can hold your action for that. These guys are not going to do anything against you. No, they have arrows and shit. They're going to shoot those. I lied. Where are they? Crossbows start raining into the machine. Allie, a bunch of crossbows are starting to hit the demon grinder, so you're going to have to keep an eye here. Both of those miss. Both of those miss. Those miss. One hit. There we go. Two hit. And both those miss. Wow, that's a lot of 3s and 4s. What the fuck? Okay, so the demon grinder takes 12 points of damage. As you guys are all battling it out on top of the machine, you can see just from the group now, seeing you guys are making your approach here, this group ahead of probably another 30 or so cultists and soldiers, they begin to take position and they drop crossbows and just an arrow fire, just like 10, 12 bolts, just into the hull, but only a couple hitting important parts. Thankfully, none hitting any of you. So that'll do that. That takes this up to that.
Metagame question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we get down to a point where it's like really, really low. in health for the vehicle. Would we have to like abandon ship if it like would it explode or something like that?
You guys are not fully sure how this runs. It
Okay.
certainly could. It sounds like something that people in hell would make a result of a war machine. You also obviously would have the choice, like knowing how it's responding to you. You could just pull away from the fight and try and go for repairs, or at least try and get out of harm's way. Or in theory, if you think it's low enough, maybe try and utilize the potential explosion. But you're not sure exactly how it's going to go. This is not your area of expertise.
Okay.
If it gets close to it, we'll give you a chance to make a check, and we'll see if you can figure it out. But until then, that is going to end Lavender's turn, ends the cultist turns, takes us to these guys. Let's see, Val and Gord and Hondo. Hondo, you are no longer confused. You guys can see that the cultists have got up into combat with some of the Valar. They seem to be handling it fairly well, but you can see there's a lot making their way up towards the Valar, and you imagine relatively quickly they could be overrun, as there's only 6 of them out there, and significantly more of these cultists in Eldrazi. But as of now, holding their own. Hondo, it's now your turn.
You don't have to save. You're good.
So I'm good, right? Like
Currently, you're good.
Okay. I'm thinking we turn around and head towards the cultists. We must cut off the Eldrazi before they overrun.
Is that in front of us or behind us, Kyle?
Currently both. You've got a group of soldiers who you just ran through. Now their bridge has been destroyed by the wrecking ball, so they don't have a direct path up onto the island. But there are 2 bridges still intact ahead of you. So there's one that is within, I forget how long it was, within 40 or 50 feet currently from your current position. That's like the next group. And then there's another one that's probably still possibly another 250 feet away. There's one that's on the far corner. So that one's going to take a little bit further to get to. But this one could be hit within this next round.
Okay. I say we go for the bridge.
Okay.
Love it, Captain.
Let's do the next bridge.
Do you hold any action?
Well, am I in range of anyone to attack? Like,
You have there's a knight directly in front kind of fighting Valentine right now. There's also a shadowy guy who's also there, just kind of incorporeal, kind of like shadowy, doing shadow things.
I'm gonna go for the shadowy guy.
I will also point out, because you are pretty perceptive, you can tell that there's a guy who is hanging off the back kind of close to where Gord is, and he's like pulling himself back up onto the machine, just slowly pulling himself up. You could get to him as well.
Possibly with advantage too, because you're hitting down on him. He's
Very
kind of half
possible.
prone.
Yeah, I'll go for the guy climbing.
Okay. You pull around, and you will risk an attack of opportunity from the one who is in combat with Valentine.
Unless you bonus action disengage.
That's correct.
But then we lose a bonus action dagger thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so bonus action disengage.
Okay, so you slip away as this guy does he uses the short sword just to slice out at you. He's still kind of pulling himself back up. Val, you can see his face is just like fucking crushed. His helmet is like crushed in on him from the wrecking ball. But he still manages to try and slash out at Hondo. Hondo, you make your way over, and there is indeed a guy pulling himself back up. You can see his helm and his armor are scraped to all hell, but he's just angrily pulling himself up. You will have advantage on this strike as you slice down at him.
So like he's like if I were to like take my sword and I would hit him, like he's that close?
Oh yeah, like you can get down. He is like, you have to get down a little bit, but you're pretty sturdy. You'll be fine. Okay. You can absolutely get this guy at advantage. He's basically prone currently.
I'll look at him and I'll be like, didn't your mother teach you to mind your own business? And then I'll slash him.
Go ahead. What weapon are you using?
I will use frostbite.
Okay.
Such morals.
Ooh, there we go. Get ready
advantage.
for a shit ton of sneak attack.
You have advantage, so roll to see if you get a crit.
Heck, I got 20, baby. Come on, man. Come on, Hondo.
No.
Nah, I quit it.
Nah, that's good.
You still hit though, so that's what happens.
Frostbite's plus 10. Yeah, so
Yeah.
1d6 plus 5, and then you said sneak is 5.
5d6.
And frostbite has cold damage too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, so
Plus
roll. Yeah, so roll 7d6
1.
plus 5.
I think Hondo will ever use the Gambler's Blade after I used it that one time.
That's the one and only use. 20 points.
Plus 5.
Plus 5, so 25 points. You manage to stab down, and he dodges so you don't hit any like arteries or anything in his neck, but you do manage to pierce through his arm, through like the forearm, into the hull of the ship, and you just see blood begin to pour from beneath the black kind of cloth that he wears underneath his armor. There's a grunt of pain, but he's still pretty hardy. He's still hanging in there.
Damn, and I don't even have a bonus to.
Unfortunately, no.
No, but you didn't take any damage. But I mean, you can probably get him off next time. Pretty good.
Oh, Hondo will get him off already.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
As soon as I said it, I was like,
You'll get him off.
questionable.
That is Hondo's turn. That takes us to Valentine.
Of course it comes to me. I'll just watch Hondo leave and be like, what? And then I will attack this guy in front of me.
You have
Has he
advantage on this
climbed
attack. The guy that Hondo is fighting has not fully climbed up. The guy who got knocked has not climbed up yet either, so he is kind of fallen off the side a bit.
I wonder if I should use, is he within 10 feet or 5 feet?
He's within 5 feet still. He's not prone technically. He's just like he's been knocked to the side.
Then I'll
But he
use
managed to catch.
I'll use Booming Blade on him again. Just like swipe down on him. 11 plus 13.
Is that with advantage?
Sorry, Leah. When you said that, I had forgotten that this guy had been like knocked to the side. So when you moved forward, I was still thinking he was still standing, but as Scott points out, he did get knocked by the wrecking ball, so he's kind of hanging off the side.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry, that's my bad.
No, that's fine.
It's hard theater of imagination.
24.
Definitely hits.
Great. Aetherius. Damn. Can really hit. And then it's 1d8. This is Aetherius damage, 8, and then 2 thunder damage. 8, 3 is 11, plus 3 is 16, plus 8 is
24.
24. Oh, phew. Got you there.
Okay. This guy is starting to look pretty rough as you slice down, and the slice is very faint, but you know that the energy around him is just waiting in the wings to deal a significant amount of damage, and he kind of has to get up, so it's going to probably proc that. As you hold your position, that will take us to their turn. So, this guy pulls himself up, so roll the rest of that damage.
Now it's 3d8.
Immediately just booming off of
6,
him.
3, 9, 1, 10.
Yeah, it booms off of him, and honestly, he takes one look up at you and Mary there, and just jumps off the side of the machine, and
fair.
it just tumbles into the dirt.
That's fair.
The one that Hondo just stabbed, he continues to pull himself up. Actually, no, he doesn't. I lied. He does not continue to pull himself up. Hondo, he reaches up and grabs right at the breastplate of your armor and goes to yank you off. Make a... this is going to essentially be like a grapple check. So you can make an athletics or acrobatics check versus his athletics.
You
Do I
still
get
have my
opportunity?
No,
you still have my D10 inspo if you need it.
that is true.
So grab. Okay, D20, right?
Ooh.
Acrobatics, which you're pretty good at.
It's either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Okay.
16 on the dice.
And acrobatics, or I'll go with acrobatics. So 10 plus 10.
So 26.
Do you want to use your inspo or not? It's up to you, pal.
I'll take the chance and say no.
You're comfortable with 26?
Yeah.
It was ballsy, but you're very good. I rolled 25.
Oh.
That was
God.
impressively close.
We would have left you too. That would have been it.
You pull back, and he goes out and grabs your leg for a second attack. He pulls your leg. Do it again.
Oh, fuck.
I hope he falls if he misses.
Oh, I rolled higher.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Guys almost
My-
pulling Hondo up.
so
10?
again, I will use my plus my inspiration this time.
So you have 20 on the dice right now.
Yeah.
So 10 and 10. Okay, roll a
Roll
d10.
high.
Hi, buddy.
Oh.
24?
You
That's not
draw
gonna work.
back. I rolled a 26. I rolled 26.
Ah,
One higher than the last one. So you pull back as he misses your breastplate, but as you pull back, you put your leg out forward to stabilize yourself, and as his arm comes down, he grabs you by that and just pulls. You tumble off the side of the ship.
no.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
All right.
You
oh
can
boy.
grab hold of the side of the ship. Side of the machine. I keep saying ship.
So dexterity saving, you said?
Yeah,
That would be plus 10, so 21.
that's enough. As you lose your footing, you fall, but you manage to hold on to the side. You are now on the side of the ship. You know, like Indiana Jones, where he's on the side of the tank. The two of you are now kind of fighting on the side of the tank, and with his last attack and bonus action, he's going to attack you with his sword.
Man, this guy hates you. He hates that you said mind your manners.
He strikes with the sword. 18 to hit.
No.
Then he pulls himself up with the rest of his movement and strikes down at you with his short sword for his last and final attack.
Damn, this guy's a lot of attacks.
This guy hates you.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
You take. Ooh.
4 attacks.
Hey, Mary can do 4 attacks.
I know I can.
You take 10 points of necrotic damage and 7 points of slashing damage. So 17 points of damage dealt to you out of all that. And you're still on the ship, so you have to use basically half move to get up onto the ship again. Machine, whatever. That ends that guy's turn. That ends Valentine's guy. That guy is now gone. He's just off the ship. Mary, you watch this shadow figure in front of you kind of disappear for a moment, and another blades out knight stands before you, seemingly fully corporeal. That's that guy. That's that guy. Finally, last little bit here. I meant to look at this up earlier. Yeah, if I move. Yeah, yep. Yeah, Allie did not move the full move, so this is within range. Okay.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. There's no immediate save or anything, but Allie and Hondo and Lav and Gord, as you guys are holding on to the sides of the ship, holding on to the helm, holding on to the controls, you begin to feel the metal get very, very hot to the touch. Suddenly, like every bit of just like touching and holding on to this machine suddenly begins to burn. That'll end that. Taking us to Elena.
Okay. I'm going to shout back at Lav and be like, okay, get ready for the chomper.
Yes.
And I'm going to turn the vehicle so that she is within chomping range.
Okay, you still have to move like 50 feet to get within chomping range of this next wave of figures. There is 50 feet out to another bridge. So if you wanted to get within at least 15 feet of that for Gord's purposes,
Yes.
You can see several whisperers and a singular knight are amongst the crowd of cultists. Lavender, did you want to target someone specific in this?
Sorry.
Mike hits you in the throat.
No, I just say, get the most guys. I just
Okay.
like to go for the middle.
So you're not targeting something specific.
No.
Okay.
Should I?
You can target a whisper dude. He made this thing hot. You
Yeah.
just choose one of these guys with a spooky mask.
Would I know that? That person made a hot?
You didn't see anybody directly in front of you do that.
Yeah. So.
They're magic-y dudes.
You do know they're typically magic wielders. These three who are black and red robes and wear these kind of like Phantom the Opera type masks. You know that they have used magic on you guys before. If you want to do that, you also see like one of these knights who have been fucking your friends up, who are definitely on like Mary's level of ability with blades. And then you just see a fuckload of cultists who are also a threat in their own way.
Yeah, let's go for the whisper guy.
Okay, so one of those. Allie, you rush forward and you will hit a number of figures with just the crushing wheels of this machine. So I'm going to roll dex save if you want to roll damage for me. 4d10.
Okay.
Amanda, you get within range of the chomper. Roll a chomper attack at one of these whisperers.
Chomper is +9.
Come on, roll good.
Which one? Yeah. Oh, don't worry. Doesn't count. Rogue dice.
Sorry.
What do we got? What do we
Ace.
got?
Oh,
Is that an 8?
So that plus this.
21.
Nope.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I got 24 total.
24 points of damage? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, you just see a number of like cultists who are rushing out, who had the crossbows loaded and fired at you guys. They're trying to run away, but you just run over them, getting into position, putting yourselves within about 15 feet of the bridge and within 5 feet of one of these whisperers. You see two of them jump out of the way of the churning wheels, but one is not fast enough, and Amanda, the chomper, just bites down. Roll damage for me.
Oh, God. So it's
So it's 6d6 plus 4.
more sick. A target reduced to 0 hit points by this damage is ground to bits and spit out through the pipes on the side. Oh my God.
Oh, wow. 3 of those were 6.
Fuck.
And 3 of them were 1.
Interesting
What
roll.
a weird balance.
Interesting roll. Average, I guess.
Okay, so 6 times 3, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21. Where?
That is weird.
Yeah, average.
Yeah, that is point average.
Okay. And this guy is just literally chomped and I guess not held, but
Is that
you.
+4, Amanda? Did you add 4 to that?
Yeah, +4.
25.
Literal, because like the literal average to hit it gives you is 25.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry.
Still, yeah, this guy gets hit. You bite into him, and you can see blood begin to kind of pour from these random wounds across where these large teeth bite down. But he pulls himself away from you, just outside of the jaws of the chomper. But he looks pretty hurt. Okay, that is the end of Allie's turn as she drives forward. That is Amanda's reaction. That takes us to Gord. You are within 15 feet of the
Wrecking ball?
bridge, if you want to hit the bridge, or there's a fuckload of dudes, a couple of whisperers, a knight, anything you want to do.
Let's hit the bridge.
Okay, roll an attack plus 9.
Say it, Gord. Say it.
Ooh, that is a 14.
Oh, really? Oh, wait, 14 on the dice. 14 plus 9.
Yeah, 14 on the dice.
Yeah, 23 definitely. It's roll damage. 8d8 plus 4, doubled. And there are people on this bridge too, so I need to make some saves.
36 on the dice.
So
Nice.
40 turns to 80. The bridge takes significant damage, but does not actually break.
Ooh.
It breaks in some sections. You come around and you kind of hit it from the side rather than the last time you kind of came up and over and slammed down into it, splintering it in half. This time you kind of hit it, and it kind of moves, and the people on top potentially are going to fall off in a second. You can see significant damage done to it, and like boards are falling out, but it is not fully destroyed just yet.
As a bonus, they'll just yell like, "It didn't break!" Just so everybody knows.
You got it. You do see the figures atop the bridge who you hit with it. They fall, and as some of the boards come down, they take significant damage, taking half the damage that you dealt to it. Some of them are just have broken bones and are just trying to pull themselves up and out of the fight. They look pretty hurt, but this bridge is not quite dead yet. That, unless you have anything else you want to do, ends your turn. It takes us to Mary. Medi?
Oh, these guys keep fucking coming. So I have another night guy. So sorry, can you clarify? Did the shadow guy turn into a night guy, or the shadow guy's still there? Okay.
Shadow guy turned into a night guy.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, I'll hit this guy too, I guess.
He's right in front of you.
Yep. I'm trying to think of something creative I can do, but I don't
Murder
really
him.
Want to waste my dice? We're further back from the front now, right? When we're on the side.
Just on the war machine, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're more like middle.
Okay. And then there's a bunch of cultists behind us. There's the bridge that got fucked kind of to the side, and then a bunch more Eldrazi people just are getting run over, or have we passed them?
So you haven't quite passed. You passed kind of the outer line of these cultists who are shooting with crossbows, but you're now kind of basically in the midst of this next squad. The ramp is right there, but like all around, just on the outside of the machine, you're kind of right in, like, you know, in like in a zombie movie, like the swarm is kind of surrounding the war machine currently as you stopped to, or are currently in the move, but held this position so the chomper could get some action. So you're in the midst of a bunch of people currently.
Okay. I don't really have anything I can do for giant groups of people, so but yeah, I guess the best I can do is keep this guy from going up and hurting Brawley, because this thing needs to keep moving. So I'll hit this guy.
Okay.
First one's a 22, I think. Yep.
22 hits.
22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Oh, I rolled minimum damage. So it's 10 points of damage.
Okay. He's still standing.
Yep. It's brand new. Oh my god, the next one I only rolled a 17.
17 is AC.
Yeah. Oh, I rolled 2 1s again! Another 10 points of damage.
Times are out.
Fuck me.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Ugh. Okay. 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's better. 17 points of damage.
17. That's significant. There you go.
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to decide what to do with my bonus. Sorry. I didn't do as much damage with this as I thought, so I was going to do something different with my bonus, but... Fuck. Okay. No, I'll just hit him again.
When Mary starts swearing, you know it's a good fight. That's good shit.
She swears all the time, so I guess it's always a good fight. A lot to hit. Like 26.
Hits.
This is only Timar's Edge, so this damage is going to be kind of crappy. Well, that's not terrible. 13 points damage.
13. You got it. He still did 50 points of damage to him. Like, that's still not a bad round. But they are hardier. They are at your caliber.
Yeah.
You know, you understand that these guys are the fighters that are here to try and take you guys down. Like holding your own.
Yep. I'll just start looking really fucking mad at this asshole, and then I don't know if I'm not already standing like this, but if not, I'll just move so that, like, if I was to hit him and he would fall, like, basically, so I'm on the inside of the machine, he's on the outside of the machine. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to be standing right on the edge of the machine. If I can stand more towards the middle, that would be
basically,
nice.
so you're gonna put yourself, I would say, between him and Allie, or you're in front of where Lavender is. So it'd be like Lavender at the helm, at the very front of the ship. Then you, this guy, Allie at the helm. Then the rest of the boys in the back. Actually, Valentine's over here.
Yeah, just so that, like, he can't potentially knock me off or something after seeing what happened to Hondo.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, in theory, they could still like grab and throw, like
For sure.
same as you guys. But that is absolutely something you can do.
Okay. And I'll just call out. Sorry, when all those guys fell off the bridge, or are there still people trying to get up that bridge?
They are. It seems like as you kind of quickly survey the scene as you finish your barrage, it seems like the bridge is not fully destroyed, and there is a line of people still trying to like slowly climb their way back up. Though there did seem to be a fair amount who took some significant damage from that.
Okay. I say we have to take this bridge out.
You got it. That'll end your turn. Take us to Lavender. Lavender, there's still people directly in chomping range if you want to chomp.
Ooh, still chomp.
You got the guy who you chomped before. He's still there. Like he hasn't run away or anything. Like he.
I really had a lot of fun with that. I'm debating on setting this bridge on fire.
Mm.
Can she still see the bridge from her chomp POV?
You, like, knowing it was there as you came forward, you could move and get into a position to see it 100%.
Oh, I really want to chomp. Oh.
Then chomp. Chomp's fun.
You got a big wrecking ball for smashing at bridges if you want to chomp.
Yeah, let's chomp.
Okay, roll your attack. You want to hit the same guy who's kind of just like trying to limp and pull himself up?
Yeah, screw that guy.
Okay.
Plus 9.
Okay, so this plus 9? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
I get so jacked up.
What we got? 23.
23 hits. Roll 66 plus 4.
Let's get 3
66.
6s, 3 1s again.
And Lavender calls out to Brawley saying, I'm ready for my main course.
It's pretty good.
Then I'll shout back at her, get ready to take a bite out of this crime.
Amazing. Okay, so that's 6. So we've got... What we got?
10, 15,
10, 15, 17, plus 4, 21.
Not as good as the first
21 again? No, 21. Wait, didn't you get 21 the last time?
25 first time.
I did, but then I forgot to add 4 the last time.
Oh, I see. So yeah, unfortunate. But this guy takes the damage. Still standing.
This guy hates you.
Yeah, he's got several massive bite wounds in his body, and he is not super happy about it.
Yeah. Why won't you die?
I also, I should have had this done previously. Can I get Allie and Lavender to make Constitution saving throws?
Okay.
And do a wild magic surge. Oh wow.
25?
7.
Ooh, Lavender.
You guys are good. Despite the heat of the metal that seems to be like heating up beneath your hands as you're holding onto the controls, you weather the storm and you fight through the pain. This guy, and nothing else happens, so you're good. That is Lavender's action. Do you want to do anything as bonus?
Sorry.
She's acting at the Elmo gif instead.
You know that Elmo gif that's like on the fire behind him? He's like, ah! That's us.
That's Lavender.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Because I already used that one inspiration.
Yeah, Brawley has that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't used it yet.
I should mark that off. Yeah, that's it.
That's the tweet.
You got
That's
it.
the
Ending your turn takes us to the kind of amassed cultists. And unfortunately, given your position, while it puts you in great position for dealing damage, it also puts you in a poor position for sustaining damage.
Got you the fuck out
And these cultists begin just hammering at some of these wheels and trying to just bring the machine down. But the machine is pretty hardy. Oh, both those hit. Good for you guys. Both those miss. Both those miss. One hit. So 3 hits. Oh, there we go. 4 hits. 5 hits. Good for you. Good for you, Dennis. So, Allie, unfortunately, you feel the hammering against your war machine here.
Uh-oh.
And the war machine takes 26 points of damage. Decent
Okay.
amount.
Just for everyone's reference, we're at 148 now out of 200.
Still pretty good, but
Yeah.
slowly but surely getting whittled at. That's what I was looking for. Fuck. I can find this forever. Oh yeah. Do I want to use that? Oh, it'd be so good though. I do. I'm gonna have to write a note for myself to use that in a second. Okay. That ends the cultist turns. You see the Valar up top of the island. Valentine and Hondo and Gord, you guys are, and Mary, as you're kind of scanning the scene. You can see they're holding their own, but the Vow have begun to kind of amass more and more around them. You see Quinn up top, just like spinning his staff, and he takes out 2 in a very quick succession of attacks. The other 5 Valar are just kind of they're holding a little bit of a phalanx and are beginning to break and pull in back towards the temple and utilize the walls to kind of give themselves breathing room. The walls that Lavender has created. Currently, they're still kind of out front of them. And unfortunately, you notice that they have not yet utilized any of the kind of rock that Alana and Keith and everyone has kind of amassed. As, truthfully, you guys have the biggest, baddest machine right now. So using the rock against some of these guys has yet to really make a big difference. And they just don't seem like they either potentially were strong enough. They might have needed some aid in that. But something to keep in mind for you guys that those are still up there. That'll end their turn. Hondo, back to you. We have a knight over top of you, standing over top of you as you're half hanging off the side of the war machine.
So, well, if I throw Whisper, I can teleport to him, right?
You can.
Dope.
Roll to attack.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, that'll hit. Even as you're half hanging off, you pull Whisper from your side and it goes up. Roll damage.
No sneak, right?
No, unfortunately, you're kind of in an inferior position to get sneak. No, actually, you're a fucking swashbuckler. You get sneak if it's just 1v1.
Oh yeah.
So you get sneak on top of that. So
Attaboy.
3d4, 5d6, roll damage.
5d6?
Yep.
All right. And it's plus 8, so...
So 30 points. The damage dice aren't loving you tonight, eh?
It's like last time. I had like 4 1s and
Yeah.
all the time.
Having a rough damage. But, I mean, still, 30 points of damage ain't nothing to shake a stick at.
Save it for Raymond.
That's right. You do teleport up as the blade gets up, and it kind of gets in and slices through the side of the neck, getting up into the not piercing quite fully, but you suddenly appear directly next to this guy, planting your feet. You have a bonus, and if you want to move anywhere else on the machine.
So he's dead now, right?
He's alive. He's still standing.
Can I throw him with my bonus? Throw him off the...
Unfortunately, you have to use a full attack action to try and throw him.
I can stab him again, I guess.
You can use your action your bonus action to make a stab with frostbite.
Okay, I will do that. Let me roll.
Yeah, that'll hit. Natural 16 with your bonuses. His AC is 17, so yeah. So roll. This is 2d6 plus 5.
Yes. 1.
He's looking okay after this. We'll see, but so 11 points. Yeah, he's looking hurt. Like he's definitely not as confident as he once was. And you can see he's actually, like, as you get up into the neck, the blood is kind of slowly seeping down, and as frostbite cuts across his other arm, you can see his kind of grip on his blades is weakening, and he's kind of beginning to look for his escape route. He looks like he's kind of on the run. Hondo is at the end of your turn. Valentine, we're on to you.
Is the dude who was fighting me aboard the ship now? Oh no, he jumped off.
He jumped off.
So I'd like to turn. Is there anyone near me? Hondo's fighting that one guy.
You see Hondo in combat with one guy at the back of the ship near Gord, and Mary is currently in combat with a guy who was the shadow person who was beside you at one point. So as you kind of turn around, there's a guy.
Valentine will look there. He'll also take a look towards the bridge. And are there still people trying to climb up there? You said it's still standing, right?
Yeah. Say if it was you could go 2 by 2. They're trying to. It's definitely slowed, and they're very carefully still going like in one line, but definitely like at a quarter of what they could have been doing.
How far away am I from the guy who's fighting Mary?
5 feet.
I will like raise my hand to attack the bridge with Eldritch Blast, but instead I'll look at Mary and then I'll rush that guy, sword flanking him, and I'll strike him with Aetherius.
Okay. You have an advantage on the attack. Roll damage. Or roll to hit, sorry.
19? 18. Jesus.
Pretty good.
I'll use the Booming Blade on this guy.
Does Aetherius crit on a 19 or no?
You tell me. Let's see. I don't think so.
There's been several swords I made. Some of them crit on 19. I just couldn't remember if that was some of Aetherius' coolness.
No.
Okay. As you were.
I think it crits on an 18. Okay, 3 on the damage dice for Aetherius. Plus the thunder is 8, so that's 11. And 8 is 19. Plus another 8 for it is 27.
Okay. This guy's starting to look pretty hurt, and as you kind of come up from behind and Aetherius carves through, you hear just this faint like humming quality from the blade, almost as if it's trying to just sing out, and it's trying its hardest to connect you to the Summer Queen, but it's just not quite there yet. But you managed to get a good hit in.
Come on, baby. Come back to me, baby girl. Come on.
Sorry, that was 27, you said?
Yes.
Okay. That is that. That's your, and you used Booming Blade, so he has to.
Yes.
Gotcha. Then, that kind of fucked him. Shit. It's their turn. Hondo. The knight before you disengages from you and leaps from the ship, and just kind of bails off into the crowd, trying to just get himself out of harm's way. Valentine and Mary, this guy's going to try and do the same. He uses an action to disengage, but as he does, the thunder damage still procs.
Does Kevin still have his reaction?
Oh, that's true.
People cannot disengage from Hondo.
Hondo, you are a sentinel. So as this guy tries to run, you don't want him to run. If you want to use your reaction, you can attack this guy.
If you want him to run and so you don't have to deal with him anymore, that's fine. But if you'd rather hit him, and he'll stay if you hit him.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let him run.
Roll your attack then, and you can get your attack in on him.
Oh, no.
Oh man, it's like the one time this ability has ever come into play.
It was a 2 for the listener. Rolled a 2.
Yeah, I don't think you have enough to make a 2 work on this guy, unfortunately. As he does manage to disengage, you strike down to just try and stab into his foot to hold him in place, and he just at the last second pulls away, and you cut through like his boot. But he does leap off and take off to the ground, managing to get away. He does disengage from the rest of you. Sorry, say again?
Leave without saying goodbye.
Classic.
The other guy does disengage from Mary and Valentine, and unless you guys have Sentinel yourselves, nothing happens there. But the thunder damage does proc.
So I rolled a 1 for the first D8. 2. Come on, 3. 1. Oh God. 4 damage?
He seems to not pay any mind, and you notice that it's like you're like, that wasn't quite so impressive as it usually is, as this guy scampers off into the crowd beyond, managing to kind of disengage. But some other things are happening.
No.
Lavender, you see the guy who you've been chomping at finally look at you, and the eyes go pure black. Let's see.
He's overcome with love.
Yeah, all right.
First things first, you hear this horrid kind of like sing-song melody in a language that you can't understand. It's weirdly like light and airy and chaotic and kind of beautiful, but in a haunting way. And it gets in your mind, and it just
Can I
almost
cast comprehend language?
no, but you can make a charisma saving throw for me.
You got this. You got this. D20.
Where is it? Is that my mother's name?
Hmm.
I rolled a 22.
You've seen some crazier shit. You've heard crazier shit. This is like some lame fucking like haunting like scary sing-song children's story bullshit. It ain't nothing to you. So don't worry about that part of it.
I start to kind of like hum along.
And he kind of scowls for a moment and instead goes for Old Faithful.
Blow myself up.
No, he looks to his right, gives a nod, and then turns back and just grips his hand hard. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw now.
God, what is
Not good at
happening?
this. I'm not good at this. Oh, thank God. Because my wisdom is a 0. 20.
Oh, natural 20s? Hell yeah.
Technically +1, so 21.
You managed to succeed. And the effect does nothing. This guy scowls and
Goes like this, I go like this.
he just you see no expression on the face. He's just wearing a mask, but the eyes kind of lose that black, and he just fucking runs. Like he just gets he like pulls people out of the crowd, and he's just trying to get out of there. However, another figure climbs up onto the onto the side of the ship. A familiar figure to all of you.
No.
But
Relics.
it is not Raymond just yet. It's not even another knight, but you do recognize the dark armor and dark cloak of an assassin of the
Okay.
Eldrazi.
Oh, is that it?
Bearing
Oh,
down
the
on
ones that try to
Lavender.
murder us in the middle of the night? Yeah.
Give me
I
2
would love
seconds.
if one of them came back. The guy Hondo just tortured, and then we had to bring back to life.
He does not get any crit on you because you were not held.
Sorry, which one is he attacking?
Lavender.
Oh no.
Me again.
Well, it was gonna be a whole cool like hold you in place while you're paralyzed and shank the shit out of you.
Oh god.
But you're cool and you succeeded. So you're just gonna get regular stab.
We need some cool combo moves like that, guys.
We don't
set up a
we don't
play.
do teamwork. That's the
Actually,
thing.
me and Brawley did.
You just chatted to each other.
Remember when
and
Brawley wanted me to telekinesis someone so she could hit them?
That was cool.
so fun.
That was cool.
We should actually do that.
27 to hit.
I'm down.
Is gonna
Wow.
That'll
27 does hit.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
You're decent at these.
can you?
I can't help my emotions.
Jesus, take the wheel. It is 19.
19 is a success, so that's pretty great. You take 5 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and
Always a plus.
47.
14 points of poison damage.
19 total?
I did
Yes.
it on the way.
Yeah.
That is correct. And then he tries to stab you again.
Oh no.
That is only a 17 to hit, and with your half cover in the chomper, should save you.
Yes.
That is going to end their turn and take us to Allie.
So
For reference as well,
Wait.
Allie, this is not necessarily going to have an effect on you. The assassin is now on top of the ship, directly behind Lavender. There is no other knights on top of the ship currently, and there are still 2 whisperers, like on the ground, not directly in front, but on like the sides of the ship, and 2 knights who are kind of running for the hills.
Okay. I think we decided we were gonna continue going towards the final bridge. So I'll just, before I do that, I'll just kind of ask everybody that to confirm.
You're the captain now!
No, I'm terrible at making decisions.
I will point
look
out
back
this will get
and
you
I
away
say-
from this one bridge.
Can Gord hit it on the way by? I guess that's like not really. how it works.
with a held action. If you go outside of 15 feet, you're at 15 feet away from the bridge right now. The one that is kind of, it's broken but not down. But there is one fully standing one that seems to be getting the bulk of the use currently.
Oh, then we probably
You could
Because-
also,
Yeah.
Allie, like your action. Kyle, this counts as her action, right?
Driving is her action.
Could she hold the action until Gord hits it again, and then can move up to the next, start moving to the next bridge, or how does that work?
It's kind of one of those weird things of like, it is an action to drive and steer the demon grinder, but it uses your movement. In theory, you're not supposed to be able to hold
Right. Okay.
movement.
yeah.
But as it's part of like a machine, I don't know. It's kind of a gray area. I'd say
Up to you, Allie.
I'd say I'd allow holding the drive, like holding to punch it, but what you have to do is tell me where you want to go to and how far you're going to go. You can't change after you make that declaration.
Okay.
So for
Well-
perspective as well, sorry, let me jump back in. You guys are in line about 15 feet away from this secondary kind of busted bridge already. There are a bunch of cultists and shit around you, and you're about 200 feet from the next one. So you couldn't even make it there in one anyways. So you're 200 feet from bridge 3, and another 20 or so cultists and members.
What's this signal the cap is doing?
There's a dozen
"Just
around
wrap
you.
it up.
Forget the bridge. Forget the bridge.
Wrap it up.
Half a
I don't
bridge here, a dozen around you, and maybe like 8 stragglers still behind at the first.
Let's
What are you
finish
doing?
the business we can.
Because I wouldn't have heard Brawley tell everyone or like say anything, and Valentine from behind said, "You're the captain now." I turn around and go, "I'm the captain."
Shouting through this guy who tried to stab you.
Most recently succeeded as my
I guess you can think
You
that.
could also, like, Allie, like, because I know you probably just don't want to not do anything. Like, you could just continue to do donuts in this section so that, like, still running people over, Brock still can hit the next turn, or you can keep going. If we keep
Could-
going, there'll be attacks of opportunity too. So there's, like, lots of things to.
Be a tax opportunity to stay as well.
Okay,
Yeah, they'll
it's
still be here.
it's up to you guys too, because like the other thing I was thinking too is because we're still most likely going to be taking hits onto this thing. Eventually, when this thing gets to a point where it's going to like, we don't know if it could explode, but like we would probably want it closest to where the most amount of people are. Right? In theory, if it does, we don't know, but like in theory, if that is the case, so we can do loop-de-loops, or I can keep going that way, or I can go back that way, but I'll...
No, it's up to you. You're the one driving.
You as the captain.
Oh!
It'd also be good to use its abilities before it blows up.
Yeah.
And, or, you know, if we bail on it, we can use it to go take out those other things too, right? Like, there's lots of stuff we can still use it for.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Totally up to you.
Oh boy.
I got so
Whatever you choose, we have your back, except if it's the wrong answer. And then
Oh no.
we don't have your back.
The
captain went like this. You can interpret that any way you want.
Just do circles. Okay, so I'll turn to Hondo and go, okay, Hondo, Captain, what do you think we should do?
I love how that's the choice.
Hondo.
Uh-oh.
I forgot some shit.
You're dead. Oh, poison?
Yeah. Hondo, you take... This is just me making some bullshit up as we go, but you take 16 points of poison damage.
Damn.
As the wound, like, festers and kind of bursts with poison once more, seeping into your system. You feel yourself sluggish and slowed, and the poisoned condition giving you disadvantage in all attacks.
Ooh.
Which you should have had this whole time.
Ooh.
But I just forgot because there's a lot going on. So you take extra damage and are poisoned going forward. This will also, keeping in mind, you cannot get sneak attack when you have disadvantage.
Jesus. How do we cure you, baby? We need a cleric. Someone switch class.
Potion won't work, right? I do have a potion.
Not your move, though. You think about it.
Yeah,
Brawly.
that was me forgetting something very important that affected several rounds now of your moves. But we're back. It's okay. Everything's good. Allie, what's the plan? What are we doing?
Okay. Okay. My gut is telling me we should keep going forward.
Do that.
Do it.
Okay, let's just go a little bit further. Let's see this round. We'll
But
take
my
it.
heart.
I'm joking. Keep going.
Okay.
How far do you go?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get that full 100 feet, like, you can do that.
You're
Okay,
200 feet
yeah.
from
If your
the next
goal is-
bridge, so you need 2 full moves to get to
Yeah.
the next bridge.
Okay. Yeah, let's do 100 then.
Okay, so you do manage to run over some of the people in front. So roll some damage. Roll
Sweet.
4d10 as the wheels rip up. Will sustain some damage as you run through some of these other figures. And let's see. Ooh, oh shit.
That was my best one yet.
The whisperer that Lavender's been chomping at, he's just trying to run, but he's running in a straight line like a movie where like something big is falling, and rather than veer ever so slightly, he keeps running straight and you fucking barrel over this. How
Excellent.
much damage do you deal?
32.
Oh, that guy dead. Oh wow, that's a lot. Yeah, you run through a large group of cultists as well who don't manage to get out of the way, but that whisperer is toast. The war machine. It's two hits. Only 2 hits. Oh, that was ass. War machine takes 7 points of damage.
Not bad. Okay.
Not bad at all. That will wrap that. Alana, you burst forward, going 100 feet, and that will end your turn. Unfortunately, at this point, you are 100 feet now, like 80 or 90 feet technically, out from the last group. This is for everybody now. Out from the last group of people who are still kind of kicking around, and you're 100 feet out from the next group and the next bridge. So currently, any of the Demon Grinders mechanics don't have any range for any of this. Technically, the harpoons do. But, Gord, it is now your turn. What do you do?
Oh god. Who can I actually hit?
So, on the machine, honestly, nobody with the Wrecking Ball. The guy at the very front of the machine is out of the range to hit the assassin. There are no other knights or whisperers on the machine, and you are now too far from the people you've run over and not close enough to the people on the way forward. So you currently have nobody in range of the war machine, but you're 100 feet from people for your other abilities if you want to use some of your magic or anything, or do something completely different.
I don't know. I'm trying to save stuff.
Do you have like cantrips too, bro?
You can also hold your Wrecking Ball attack for when you're within range of something.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay. Gord holds Wrecking Ball. Are you going to try and hit the bridge if you get within range, or just hit anybody who gets in range?
Bridge.
You got it. Gord holds. Mary.
I still have a dude in front of me. Or he
There's
bailed.
Yeah, he bailed, but you turn and you see, as you just quickly look at the scene, there's only one person left on the boat, on the ship, and it is a assassin. Who's trying to fight Lavender right now.
I was going to potentially try to arrow some folks off to the side, but I'm just going to hit this guy.
Okay.
Move up to him.
Friend him.
All right. First attack isn't excellent. It's a 19.
19 does hit.
Okay. $20 points of damage.
Okay.
Next one. Way higher than that.
Okay.
Natural 14. Oh, man. 18 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, God, I don't have that many maneuvers left, and we don't know when we're going to get a short rest.
We're not.
I know, that's what I mean. Shit, no, I'm going to have to save them. Fuck. How far from the front is he?
From where Lavender is?
Yeah, like if I wanted to try to push him over the front, so I'll run him over next turn.
I mean, he's 5 feet. You'd have to push him up and over the jaws, so it'd be a little bit harder, but you could do it. I mean, it's just the one ability check. But
Right. And can we confirm, you and I were talking about this the other day, and I don't remember what we came to the conclusion of. A push attack is an attack, which means I could do that instead of...
It's what I was trying to do with Hondo, essentially. When I was, it was a contested check to try and... I was trying to do like a grapple throw, but a push is more or less the same.
Okay.
So one of your attacks can be a grapple or push.
Okay, I'll try to hit him with sword twice, see if it's doing okay, but he's not going down, so I'll use my last attack to try to just shove him in front of this machine.
You got it. So yours has to be athletics,
Yes.
and I can roll acrobatics or athletics.
Rolled an 18.
I'm probably going to beat that. I did roll a natural 20.
Oh, man, so it was a 26.
Well, wow, actually, even with a 26, I only rolled a 28, so that gives you an idea of what you're going up against.
Pretty good.
Oh, fuck. That didn't work.
Unfortunately, as you are well aware, the Eldrazi are very lithe and light on their feet, and as you push him, you get him off the ground, but he puts his feet up on the back of the jaws of the chomper and kind of slips away from you and lands back on the top of the machine.
Okay, well, that means I can't use my bonus action to attack. Because that's supposed to be at the same time as your last attack.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's all a fucking jumble. It's okay.
You know what?
As long as you use the attack action, like as long as I'm okay with it.
Well, I was gonna say instead I'll do insightful fighting.
Okay.
So
that's a bonus action.
Yeah, it's a bonus action. I make an insight against their deception, and then next turn I'll get some sneak.
Yeah, 13.
I rolled a 9, which isn't great, but my insight's ridiculous. So yeah, that's 20 total.
Yeah. You have insightfully fought him.
Cool. So next turn, if I still fight him, I'll get sneak.
You got it. Okay, that'll end your turn.
Yep.
That takes us to Lavender. Lav is currently not here.
I can do it. She will... Is the guy still behind her?
The guy is directly behind her, currently fighting Mary.
Probably within 5 feet, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, she does have that thing now. She'll try and acid this guy. A little acid splash.
Is that a ranged attack or a...
Casting time, 1 action. Oh, range, 60 feet.
Yeah,
You
so we will have...
acid.
She'd have disadvantage.
Target must succeed on a dex. I wonder if and then Firebolt is ranged too, so...
Oh, if Acid Splash is a save on my side and not a roll against, it's no difference.
Okay, yeah, it's a save, dex 17.
You got it. Oh, yeah. Where the fuck is my dex save? Yeah, 26.
Yeah, target must save, dex saving throw or take, so just nothing. Just like tries to splash him.
Yeah, sorry. Assassin. Typically very dexterous.
And then she'll be like, Mary, just kill him.
It looks like he's taking damage. Like, Mary, you're a couple of hits. Like, he's not quite as hardy as some of these other guys. They're typically, like, a little bit more lithe, but manages to dodge that.
She's still in cover there. Yeah, I guess she'll just chill there. She'll just stay in cover.
Okay. She can't do any... she has no other... anybody in range anyways. From behind, the group that you just passed are going to try and let loose some crossbow bolts against the war machine, against the demon grinder. That's 1 hit. Ooh, 3 hits. That is 4 hits. Last one. That's it. 4 hits.
Come on, Demon Grinder. DG for short. Dougie. That's what they call him.
Allie, the war machine takes 20 points of damage as you now see, like, one of the arrows, you feel it as you're rumbling on, one of these bolts somehow slips through and there's a... you hear a sudden just blast. Allie, as you're driving forward, the sand kicking up, and you see the horizon, this group of soldiers getting closer and closer as you're thundering forward. The bridge at the ready, they begin to kind of prepare themselves for an attack. You hear this blast, and at the corner of your eye, that little half moon gauge dips a little. It's getting close to this kind of red line, and there's a small red line, and it's getting real close. It starts to kind of you feel it slow. Doesn't feel like it might explode, but you feel like it doesn't have quite as much power.
Okay.
You all kind of feel a bit of a lurch.
Can I relay that to everybody? I'll just kind of say, guys, heads up, this thing is doing something. We might be running out of gas. Just a heads up. I'll let you guys know.
You got it.
Okay.
That will take...
Panic.
What's gas?
I mean, a, like, petrol substance.
Still not sure.
That takes us to something else. Hondo and Valentine, as you guys begin to prepare yourselves... Actually, no, I'm going to hold this. Hondo and Val, you guys have your turns. What do you want to do?
H?
Currently, there's only the one assassin on board, and you guys are about 100 feet on either side from any prospective attacks.
I'll go for the assassin.
You got it.
Get him,
Rushing
baby.
forward. Get him.
So I'm 100 feet from him, or 100 feet from...
You're 10 feet from this guy. You're 100 feet from things outside the machine.
Before I do that, I want to know about the poison. Now, because I am proficient using poison on my blades, would I know this kind of poison and when it would start to wear off?
Here's the thing. You can make a check, but it will be your action to kind of literally, like, you're gonna have to, like, you dip into, like, your wound and, like, taste the poison to see if you can identify it legitimately. That's how we're gonna go for it.
Okay.
You can do it. You have to use your action, and you have to make a I'm trying to think what's a good, like, a medicine maybe.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll take that risk.
And I'll say I'll give you advantage on it because you are pretty skilled with poisons.
Ooh, that's good.
That's already good. That's
I'll
an
try
18.
For the hell of it.
See if you get that crit. Nope, but so 18 plus your wisdom or plus your medicine skill.
So I think the advantage would just mean he doesn't have disadvantage, right?
Oh, that's true. The 18 was the first one. Thank you.
It worked out anyway, but...
Well, sorry, before we even get on. Poison, I think it might just be... I think it might be ability checks and attacks. It's
I thought it was
definitely
ability
attacks.
checks,
But, sorry, Kev, what's your total?
18 plus 4, so 22.
22. Poisoned. Disadvantage on attacks and ability checks. So, Leah, you are correct. So, basically, everything you're going to be doing for the time being has disadvantage. Saves are not disadvantaged, just straight regular rolls. But as you literally, you dig a finger into your wound and you kind of wince for a second, you bring it up and you lick the poison and blood, and you kind of sift out the iron of your blood. This poison isn't one that you are familiar with. It's not a typical drow or wyvern. It is something of the hells. It's something that like it's not good. But what that tells you is it's not going to go away easy. It will need some kind of special magic or something more than just time.
Are we near any of the druids, of the priests?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
But
right
we're on
now.
a fucking truck. We're not near anybody else. What are you talking about?
And they're monks. So
I meant the monk.
they
monks, I gotcha.
themselves can't really get poisoned typically on a monk, but
maybe
they
they
don't
know
really
who-
have a way to do anything else to help you.
You'll have to find out when you get to them, provided they're still alive. They're currently battling the vow.
Yeah, we gotta save him first.
You know that this isn't going to kill you in terms of like you're not going to die because you're poisoned. Like the poison isn't going to seep in and continuously kill you, but it's making the rest of your regular abilities that much harder, and therefore you could die as a result of it in that way. So it's going to take a little bit of doing. The Erin she's a bitch.
Erin, yes.
So that's your action. You still have a bonus and movement if you want to use it.
If I were to engage this assassin guy, would I be at a disadvantage because of the poison?
You would be at a disadvantage to attack him, but if you get within, you can give Mary or anyone else advantage to hit him.
If I get close enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
I
can
will.
give them flanking.
So I can attack him with my bonus, right? So
Unfortunately, you can't because it, as what Leo was talking about, you need to use your action to attack. Then your bonus is like a secondary attack. You can't just bonus attack.
All right, then I will just get close. No, I won't do that. Actually, okay, fine. I will do that. I'll get close enough to him to give them advantage.
You got it. Hondo gets close.
He can strike me, but I'll just dodge.
You hold position, blades drawn, ready. You can feel the wound is seeping in and it is slowing you, but you feel confident enough. You'll be all right. So that'll end Hondo's turn. Valentine.
I look at Hondo so confused at him just licking his own blood. Like, super gross. Are we still within 120 feet of the bridge we sped past?
The second bridge you are 100 feet from.
I'm going to try and blast it with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay. Roll 3 attacks.
Okay. First one is 21.
Hits.
1,
Miss.
2.
Miss.
So 12 for that second one.
Yeah.
So then this 8 damage to the bridge.
Okay. Bridge 2. 8 total, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, you're trying, but like it's a far shot, and you're trying to hit something pretty thin. You see 2 shots like scatter across the ground, and one does connect. You see it kind of break free one of the boards, and it kind of splinters a bit, but people are still slowly making their way across.
It's all good. And then, yeah, I think I'll just saddle up with Aetherius, trying to flank on the other side of this guy.
You got it. So yeah, I mean, between Mary, Valentine, and Hondo, now this guy is fully surrounded. And technically Lavender on the other side, though she's not currently like...
I think then I will shout, as a bonus or whatever, what do you mean something's happening to the truck? Are we gonna die? What's going on?
I don't know. Like the little arrow thing is like moving towards the red. Red's usually not a good sign.
Is red good or bad?
Red's usually bad.
That'll end your turn. At the end of your turn, the assassin looks at his surroundings, isn't super jazzed about him. Let's see. Who looks the roughest of Val, Mary, and Hondo, health-wise?
I got 52.
45.
32.
Hondo looks the roughest.
Kill him. You know what? Don't go for me.
You see this guy sees his surrounding, but as Hondo, as you're coming forward, you didn't attack. You're not exactly looking super healthy, and he just takes his shot, throws a short sword at you to strike at you. Natural 1.
Oof.
even in your hardened, hurt state, you are pretty deft. You bat it away, but he slices across with a second attack, which is a 23 to hit.
Got anything cool to block that, buddy? Maybe I will. I'll throw out a. Oh no, that uses Bardic Inspo. No, I'm all good. Gotta save those for later.
23. I'm not gonna block that.
23 hits Hondo. That will be. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Does he have disadvantage on this?
No, saves are not affected.
6.
But he's gonna fail anyways.
Oh, boy.
But my con save though is never mind. It's
I was like, there's no way you have enough to get through this. All right. Hondo, unfortunately, in your weakened state, take 33 points of damage. You had 32, didn't you?
So, yeah, I'm out.
Can I guess I have to call it, eh? I have to call it before. Let me read it.
I don't know what you were trying to do.
You have to call it before the damage is said.
Yeah, but before knowing the outcome, yeah.
Yeah. You had your moment. You decided to hold the
I
ability
thought about.
as
Thanks a lot.
the first blade you confidently bat away, but the second slices across your lower back, and you feel it just cut into something, and your legs go out from beneath you, and your body tumbles. Val or Mary, Hondo's body is slipping off the side of the machine.
I'm strong. I can try to.
Yeah, I would say I'll grab him, but you're pretty strong.
One of you needs to make a strength save.
I'll do it.
Mary, you were... Val was the last to come into this fight. Strength save. And this guy, the assassin, disengages and leaps off of the ship as well.
Why did he lick his own blood? Why didn't he just kill the guy?
Where's my save? Why can't I fucking find it? I rolled a 15. Plus,
Oh, you rolled 15 naturally?
Yeah, plus 9.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Hondo legs literally like buckle, and he like crumples, begins to fall back, and you just grab hold of like his high boot and just like hold him in place and yank him back up here. Ending their turn would take us to Alana.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of call and be like, you guys okay? Mary, you got Hondo?
Yeah, we'll get him up.
He's gone. He's done for.
If you want, I can keep going. Do you need me to slow down? You guys okay?
Just keep going.
Going? Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, you hammer down. Are you headed to like close to the third bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Allie, you hammer down, and you hear just the machine beneath you just roars to life as you hammer down. You all, with the exception of Hondo, begin to hear a second roaring from behind. Gord, you can see a second cloud of dust begin to kind of kick up at the far edge. Like, you guys have now made it to the northeastern corner of the island. At the northwestern corner of the island, you can see another machine kind of coming around the corner. You can see just a plume of smoke and sand and dust across your carnage you've left in your wake. However, first things first, Allie, head down, just pedal to the metal. You're thundering toward this last bridge. Out of nowhere, you just see a quick spark of kind of golden light that just opens into a 20-foot portal. I need you to make, using the where's the Demon Grinder's dexterity, which is 0.
0. Okay.
You are proficient in land vehicles, so add your proficiency bonus. So roll a d20 plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Oh, okay. I rolled a 15, so plus 5, so 20.
Okay. 20. You wrench on the steering wheel of this machine, and you just skid as this gate opens, and part of the demon grinder slips through. You manage to pull it apart. Unfortunately, as you just wrench around, the back end slips into this portal. And Gord, you just see in this crazy mind-bending, like time and space missing. Gord, you are thrown through the back as the back end of this machine slips through the portal, and you're looking down about 200 feet at the other half of the machine as this portal is aiming directly down as if you would fall. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is crazy.
Oh my god.
Come on, Gordon.
Mary, I also... Go ahead, sorry, Gord.
8.
Okay.
That was the dex saving throw?
Yep. Mary, I need you to make a strength save as well.
Just send Hondo through it.
Where's my
Can I
20
get a
total?
look on that?
Yep.
Oof, good call. Good, I forgot about luck.
20 total for me.
Okay.
17.
Oh,
Gord, as you feel gravity pull you out of the seat, you fully are in free fall. And at the last second, your hand just slaps back out and grabs hold of the chain, and with your chain kind of wrapping around the chain of the wrecking ball, you're in full free fall, like 10 feet out of your seat, just spinning and thrown as Allie just spins, and like the whole machine just spins to a halt with half its ass end just cut off in the portal and 200 feet out, just hanging down. Gord hanging by this chain, almost 200 feet up in the air. Mary, you managed to hold onto Hondo's body as you guys are kind of thrust down to the ground. The demon grinder comes to a halt entirely as the portal is just kind of hovering in the space.
Does Allie have movement left?
Allie?
Yeah.
You technically have only moved 50 feet.
Can I do a bonus action?
Sure.
Can I do far step and just teleport to the ground?
Absolutely. Gord just appears, safe and sound.
that was fucking nuts. Keep going, keep going.
Okay. I'll keep going. I'll do the rest.
Gord, are you okay?
Gord, you land basically out of the falling part of the machine. You drop and teleport to land with everybody else on the front of the machine, still safe on the ground. Allie slowly begins to edge it out of this portal, and immediately it just closes behind the machine, seemingly okay. You don't get enough speed to get back up, at your full strength, and you very, very narrowly avoided a disaster.
Oof, that would have been so bad.
As you kind of come to a halt, you spin, you begin to pull yourself back around. All of you are looking for the source of this portal. I'd like Valentine, Gord, and Hondo, you're unconscious. Valentine and Gord to make perception checks for me.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
16?
21.
Atta boy.
Okay. Gord, as you land and as you are falling, better yet, before you teleported, you saw at the far side of where this other machine is coming. It's now made its way pretty close to you. You can see standing atop with a hand extended, rippling robes just scattering in the wind, the beard and scraggle of hair atop the balding head of Raymond Boralis, atop one of the last remaining machines of war, thundering towards you all through your own line of carnage. You guys are head to head, several hundred feet off from one another, and we'll pick up there in a second. I want a beer.
Oh my god.
That was so epic. Holy shit.
I'm not even alive to see it.
He's not even there to see it.
Picture Hondo's limp body just rolling around during all of that. Kyle, that was dope.
Oh my god.
So, as we jump back in, your demon grinder grinds to a halt as the arcane gate closes behind. Everybody's safe and sound. Hondo's still unconscious. And the this machine that you've seen come through the gate the first time when all of these machines burst through, it is definitely not as big as the one you are currently on. It's certainly smaller. It's probably comparable to the first machine that Hondo and Gord attempted to take over. You can see, even at a distance now, they're moving at great speed that you would imagine is probably comparable to that of which you've been traveling. You can see not at the helm, but atop the machine, as I described previously, Raymond Boralis' hand now withdrawing, still holding kind of a staff at the side, kind of taking a better stance on top of this machine. You can't quite make out who is currently piloting the this war machine as it comes across, but you can make out what look like Eldrazi and cultist figures on the machine itself. It looks like they're wearing the red and black robes, and you can see bits and pieces of armor that look familiar of those of the Eldrazi. At this point, they're about 300, maybe 400 feet out from you. What do you do?
We're out of combat at this point?
Currently out of combat. You are roughly 50 feet from the next group, where you like this next bridge and this next group, and they were preparing for you to rush in, and suddenly everything got twisted, turned, you land, and you're just fully stopped, and your nose is pointed almost pure north, away from all of this fighting. Gord is landed back on the kind of the helm with the rest of you, no longer in his wrecking ball position, and you can see quickly that the the group to the east at this last remaining bridge, they're like drawing back crossbows and beginning to prep fire at you guys as Raymond and them, like you can see the what's left of the carnage of the groups you've torn through already are clearing a path. And you can see just as like they draw and part the seas, this other machine of war hurtling towards you very fast.
I say we fall back, and I'll put my hand on Hondo and cast Cure Wounds on him, level 3.
Yep.
$17. You're up
I
to
know
17,
you are
pal.
conscious. 17 hit points.
I don't think we take this fight with Raymond. I think we gotta keep our distance, try and get back to the island and fall back.
Kyle, can you confirm when, like, because the machine was starting to, I don't know what, go into red, whatever that means. We don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Did we notice it slowing down? Like, was Ali's speed slower?
It was difficult to tell in the kind of barrage of activity. You noticed more of like the machine kind of like shaking and grumbling, but it had yet to really lose that much speed, but that could have easily just been momentum. You're not familiar enough to really know, and you're moving so fast it would have been very difficult to really gauge.
Okay.
But you could tell there was something going on, like the machine was bucking more, and something's up.
Okay, can I just like use an action or whatever to try to just like I just want to scan the machine and see, like, I know it's not exactly the same as what I work with, but just try to get a gauge of, like, is there a specific spot where something punctured it, or, like, is it something else? Does it look like something's overheating? Like, just quickly look it over.
I will say, yeah, absolutely, you can do that. It's going to take at least like a full round of action, where you guys will not be able to move.
We gotta keep moving.
Okay, so like I can't do that.
To get like a thorough inspection to see if there's something wrong, like you can do a quick over the top look at it, but to really get a good gauge, like you need to check under, you need to check behind, you need to try and find where the engine is. Like it'll take like one round,
but of it not doing anything.
Of you guys not moving and at least Raymond and them getting closer and closer.
How far away are we from the other bridge?
50 feet.
Lava's gonna level 3 heal herself while you do this.
Sure.
Cure wins. 5, 6, 5.
And the
16 plus 5, 21.
And the other bridge is surrounded by baddies.
Yeah, but it seems to be it's definitely taking significant damage.
The third bridge that we're 50 feet away from?
No. I thought there's still the second bridge. The first bridge is utter destroyed. The second bridge is splintered and more or less kind of destroyed. You're seeing people having a very difficult time now scaling it. This third bridge is completely untouched and being climbed by significant Vow force.
And there's a lot of people around that one. Those are where the crossbows are.
It's pretty big. It's pretty heavily guarded, and you now notice as you quickly look this line leading up onto the island, the Valar have pulled back fully into the temple.
Yeah, we need to help them because they're going to break in through there.
I think we need to fall back to the temple if we can.
And abandon this thing?
At this point, Raymond and the machine are within 200 feet.
Just start driving around, get us away from crossbow range. We can make a decision as we drive. Let's keep distance.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, some of the crossbows also fire by that point.
I mean, Hondo just died. Mary, you look like trash. Lav looks like trash. Gord looks like trash. I don't know if we can take a fight to them with this thing that's starting to lurch.
While we're like chatting and trying to figure out a plan, could I, like, I'm going to abandon this whole, I thought about trying to look at it, but can I just, if we're within crossbow range, I'm within longbow range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys are within most of your range.
Just start picking people off as we're trying to chat.
Allie, the war machine takes another 10 points of damage.
Okay. Okay, we are at 111.
Like, that's still pretty good. I don't like abandoning this thing when it has half its health left. Just seems silly. Do you need me to roll, Kyle?
If you're just like kind of just shooting it without calling shots of like trying to take out like Eldrazi,
just shooting it, like trying to get rid of these crossbow dudes.
100%. You just roll and roll damage.
We could drive up to this thing and try and wrecking ball tail it again. We have reached 15 feet.
Yeah, if you guys want to, like, you're kind of still in like an initiative combat, but currently have taken a full round of nothing yet.
Scott, you mean the one that's surrounded by all the crossbow people? Because you previously said avoid the crossbow people.
We just got to do something. I just don't know what we do. Do we sit? Do we ride? We could try and attack this bridge.
I think if we're here, we may as well fucking try to attack this bridge. Like, we're close.
Who has the health to sit in that thing?
Allie's still sitting there driving it.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I haven't taken any damage, like, yet. I'm still at 94.
Or do you want to jump back in the wrecking ball seat, or I can do it?
You can if you want.
I don't really want to.
That provides half cover, right?
Provides half, yeah.
I'll
Scott,
jump in.
If you're at least there, you can dimension door and get the fuck out of there if you need to, right?
I'll jump in. Let's take out this bridge and then let's figure out a new plan. But someone figure out what to do with Raymond behind us casting magic and killing me.
Okay, Allie, do you start going forward?
Yes.
Okay.
Hondo, you could heal yourself if you want. I don't know what you could do, but I mean, you're low on health.
I will do that.
Hondo, you pull yourself up to your feet. Mary, you are kind of steadying Hondo, and at the right behind Lavender in the chomping position. Gord, you have yet to take a position, so you're just kind of standing on the hull of the ship. Allie at the helm. Valentine, you take the position in the wrecking ball at the back.
Mary,
And
what's your health?
Allie begins moving you forward again.
45. I haven't taken any damage in a long time.
45 though?
Yeah. I mean, it's still low, but it's not as low as some other people.
Lavender will give you another. Lavender will give you a cure wounds as well. Just gonna give you a level 3 cure wounds.
Okay.
Can I cast Cure Wounds myself, or do I have to wait for my turn?
No, you can go ahead right now in this kind of like ambiguous. At this point, it's you go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on yourself. We'll come back into an initiative combat in a moment. Allie, you begin to push forward again, and you find that where it responded far faster and with vigor the first time you put your pedal down, you find it's a little sluggish, and that meter is kind of dipped into the red. It's not quite at empty, but it's in the red now, heavily.
20 health to you, Mary.
You begin making your drive forward toward this group and this last bridge. At this point, Raymond and their machine has been thundering forward. They're within 100 feet now.
Oh, good.
As we go. Top of the round, Hondo. You guys are currently still in this 50 feet out from the next bridge and enemy as you start your turn. But you're moving again.
So we're 50 feet. Maybe a...
You can hold as well. You have 2 harpoons on the on the machine that are not manned if you want to use those, or you can do anything else. I was just
Chomper's free now too. Lav went up to get Mary. What health? How much health do you have now, Hondo?
I was just still doing it well.
Okay.
You can also just take the turn to heal yourself again.
I'll hold. I think I will hold.
What are you holding? What
I'll
action?
hold a whisper attack.
Okay, so
Well,
you're just
whisper,
waiting to
you-
get within range.
Your range is doubled now. Oh, so it's only doubled to 40, right?
40 or 60?
So I mean, is Whisper's range 20 or
Let me
30?
check now.
I'm gonna also point out, like, you're still poisoned, so
Alright.
any attack is at disadvantage.
It says 60 feet.
Yeah.
26 feet.
So with your sharpshooter feat, you can hit that 60-foot range. You could
But you're
hit
still at
somebody,
disadvantage.
but you're at disadvantage to throw right now.
Yeah.
So, or you can hold until you get closer, but you'd still be at disadvantage.
I'll hold.
Okay, Hondo holds as we begin to thunder closer. Valentine.
What's your health though, Hondo? Like, did you heal when we were doing like the out of combat thing?
I was just doing it.
Okay, good. My turn. So I'm gonna wait to wrecking ball 15 feet the entire bridge.
You're just holding the action.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Let's see. At this point, as Allie begins to get you guys moving, you can feel the air quiver and shake from this second war machine getting closer and closer. Like their momentum is just rising and trying to catch up to all of you. And Val, on the very back, you just see Raymond, this mad, wide face just getting pulled, skin just wrinkling and rippling in the just the wind as they thunder forward at great speed. And you see, what's the range of that? You see him hold a hand aloft and point at you, and you just see this thin bead of orange just, and directly midpoint of the machine, a fireball erupts. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw,
Hope you rolled well there, Hondo.
Actually, no, not the machine. Sorry. Actually, yeah. The machine will take half damage. It's resistant.
Do I roll as a disadvantage dex?
Nope. Your saves are fine.
Okay.
That's not a great save though.
So I rolled.
Dexterity saving.
10, so 16 total.
16, unfortunately, is a failure. But you are a rogue, so you take a failure is essentially half damage. Allie,
17.
that's a fail. Valentine.
Yeah, we both failed. 11, I 13.
Okay. Mary.
Oh, sorry, 22. I was on mute.
Gord.
22.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I'm resistant to fire because the warden.
Good call. So 30 points of fire damage to those of you who failed, half to 15 for those who succeeded or are resistant. And Allie, the machine takes none, actually. It is immune,
Sick.
right?
And Honda, you can have that with your reflex thing or whatever.
So Hondo, you take 15
Okay.
as this fireball just erupts around all of you. But
No,
it's
you
just-
take less than that because you're resistant to fire, Hondo.
Oh, yeah, I am.
I thought you were, and I just double checked.
you take 7 points.
Oh, yeah.
Party's
Even
got
better.
you, baby.
Even
Party's got
better.
you.
Take
How many
this
do
to
I take, sorry, if I succeeded?
15.
Are
Unless
you immune to fire? You're like a fire demon.
He can get resistance when he's in his like
Flame on mode.
Yeah, Ghost Rider form. Resistant or immunity, but regardless, you're not in either currently, so you still take 15 for succeeding. Allie, that takes us to you.
Okay. We gonna keep going still?
That's the plan.
Okay.
You're 50 feet out from the bridge. Really, you only need to get 35 for the wrecking ball to get within range, but you have other people who want to get within hitting range, and if you want to run people over, you got to get right up in there.
Okay.
What are you
We'll
doing?
do that then. Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
Are you going to do the full 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the
Val,
full 100 will take us past the bridge, right?
Well, Val made a point of holding his attack to hit with the wrecking ball. So it'll be like a drive-by wrecking ball.
Want me to roll that?
I want to make sure Allie is doing that.
Yes,
Okay.
I will
Okay.
do that.
But then you'll take attacks of opportunity as you go through people, too.
Yep. But you're going to take
We have
after
to,
you
though.
stop.
Yeah.
So 100 feet forward, Allie slams it down, just and you hear just grinding and smoke billowing out. Roll the 4d10 damage for the wheels as you run over some folks. Val,
Okay.
roll the attack. Hondo, you can roll an attack with Whisper at disadvantage.
17 hit the bridge.
That'll hit. Roll
Thank God.
8d8 plus 4.
My God, Jesus.
Hondo.
So, first roll is an 8. And second roll is
2.
Shit.
plus 13. So,
You do still hit. You don't hit anybody of note. But yeah, as one of these like cultists is running up the bridge just before Valentine crushes it, Whisper gets him in the back and he falls. A couple of other guys kind of stumble over him and the wrecking ball swings down as you guys drive by, just seeing how much damage it does. And Allie, how much did you do?
27.
Woo! Just a lot of death in your wake from these guys. All these crossbow guys just couldn't get out of the way fast enough, and it's quick, and they are not, and you just run them down.
That's so exciting.
How much wrecking ball?
48 times 2 is 88.
96.
Sure.
Oh my.
With that and with just the sheer force of everything, the wrecking ball just breaks through this third bridge, and you just see people scatter and people falling as the machine runs by. There are still people who are going to try and take swings at the ship. 2 miss. 2 hit. 2 miss. 2 miss. And 2 miss. War Machine takes 13 points of damage.
Okay. We are at 98.
Still just under half. Not bad. This third bridge just erupts, yet Raymond and crew keep pace as you guys thunder through. And you see now kind of open space before you. Now there's only 3 of these squads have like made their way out into making into this battle so far, and there are still plenty of people that are on the barren bay, and plenty who have made their way up onto the temple, onto the island itself, making their way towards the temple. But you've cut through a pretty significant swath of cultists and Eldrazi in your physical fighting and just mowing them down with this war machine. As you kind of come around the northeastern corner of the island, just breaking free of this group, this last squad cutting through, Raymond and this kind of dune buggy with this large claw on the back end racing behind, you all see 2 smaller machines making their way directly towards you. You see these 2 bikes that are just kind of winding across the sand and crisscrossing across the sand. They're about maybe 150 to 200 feet from you at this point in time. What are you guys doing?
Is that gate still open?
The gate almost immediately shut. It was like open.
Oh, that's right.
You guys spun through, got out, it closed. Technically still in initiative order.
Mm-hmm.
That'll take us to Gord.
How far away are they? Sorry.
So you got 2 of these like bikes, these motorcycles that are about 150 to 200 feet. It's kind of hard to tell. They're moving fast. You're moving fast. It's difficult to gauge. But you've got Raymond about 100 feet back from you, closing.
Raymond Borellis, eh?
Raymond Borellis.
And some various Eldrazi and cultists who are on this machine as well. But he's who I'm going to point out, obviously.
So I will cast Synaptic Static at Raymond.
Ooh, what's the range of Synaptic Static?
120 feet.
Perfect. Hell yeah. It's right within range. And it'll hit basically the whole vehicle. Like it's like a fireball, but of psychic. So go ahead and roll damage. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a couple of saves.
Come on, baby.
Raymond up first. I don't know.
How many do I have to roll? Sorry, 8d6?
I believe so. But it's a 5th level, so I don't know. Or no, Synaptic Static is a 5th level, so it doesn't get upcast. But Scott, you can verify.
Yeah, I'll just check here, Gordo. Are you doing it at 5th level, Gord?
What's the save?
Constitution?
I think it's int. That's a concentration.
Intelligence. Sorry, intelligence 19.
Okay, I was gonna say I was about to fail, but his intelligence save is pretty good.
Yeah, I bet he's a smarty.
So he succeeds with a 21, but he still takes half damage.
Yep.
Now there are how many other guys are on this with him?
And yeah, it's 8d6, Gord.
So yeah, go ahead.
It's a 20-foot radius.
It's everybody on this like dune buggy thing. Everyone's gonna get hit. He definitely succeeded, but let's see.
Do I roll 8d6s?
Yes, please. Intelligence of these guys.
21.
Okay. Intelligence. Does a 19 or a 16 succeed?
For the save? Yeah.
What's Brock's? So one succeed, one fail, and then there's 2 others. Fail. So 3 fails, 2 success. You also notice there were a couple hanging off the sides that were just like typical like cultists in these black and red robes, like holding like a dagger out ready for something. As your energy, you just point out and it just this kind of pink like crackling like lightning, this purplish burst You watch as two of them, their brains just like fucking, their heads just erupt, and they just clamber off the side. They fall, destroyed. Let's see.
That include the dude driving?
No, that's not one of the dudes driving. That's just like cultist guys who are hanging off the side. The dude driving, he does fail. Who am I trying to do here? This guy. And takes 21 points damage. This guy succeeded. This guy failed. So that's that. This guy is that. And this guy succeeded. So he takes half damage. And what's the secondary effect?
One sec. Oh god.
Do you want me to read it? I got it here.
Yeah, it's something to do like their thoughts aren't clear or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says muddled thoughts, 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts a number from attack rolls and ability checks, as well as any concentration saves.
So-
They can make an in save at the end of their turn.
Okay, so 3 of these guys have a minus d6. Raymond and this guy, this knight, do not. I'll keep that in mind. As Gord, yeah, you expend the spell slot, and you watch a couple of them just fucking literally just burst and die. And some of them just kind of shake their heads and keep clear, but they continue thundering forward. The machine itself seems to not have any effect.
Yeah, makes sense.
Gord, that'll end your turn. Take us to Mary.
Okay. Can I... Oh, fuck no, we know most of that was probably coming from Raymond. Sorry, I thought I had a plan, but it's not gonna work anymore. There's still a bunch of dudes around us. Just random dudes, or we went past them?
No, Allie went hammer down. You guys battered through, and you are now kind of in the clear. You have the 2 motorbikes that are about 150 to 200 feet away, Raymond and crew 100 feet back, who are making their way through your path.
Okay. And the one bridge is 2 bridges down now.
2 bridges are completely destroyed. One, like, it's barely hanging on from, like, even just by use, it'll just break over pretty quick. Like, it's done.
Gotcha. I know I can't get a full proper look at this thing. I'm just gonna like ease up over Allie's shoulder and try to take a look at the controls, and then anything I can see from a surface level.
Yeah.
And try to get a fucking idea of if this thing's gonna blow on us or if there's something else wrong that I just can't figure out.
Yeah, I just like it's just gonna be a harder check.
I know.
Is all.
Yeah.
So
Or I might not learn as much. That's fine, but
I'm gonna do an intelligence check, but you have disadvantage.
okay. First one was an 18 on the dice. Second was a 19 on the dice.
Ooh,
And my
not so
intelligence
bad.
is only a +1. So that's 19 total.
That's still pretty good. You look around, and the controls are relatively basic. It seems like, pedal makes it go, wheel makes it move in what direction you want, and there's a little bit of give to the steering column that gives it a little extra oomph. And from the couple of gauges you see, there's something written in abyssal or in infernal, sorry. And there's a couple of like small like rune looking like sigils that are like etched in, like not like buttons or anything, that are beside. There's a small like circular, like it's just a hole, like it's like a hole of about maybe an inch in diameter. That's just kind of beside one of these symbols. And there is it's two symbols, and then there above this gauge that Allie's been talking about that is like kind of wavering close to bottom, or beneath it, I should say. You see a slit that is about 6 inches wide and maybe about a half inch, maybe up to an inch thick. That's all you can tell. unfortunately, you can't really make out what is happening. It just seems like it's either running out of fuel as a result of use, or it is because damage is also making it kind of run and leak fuel or something like that. But as to how to give it more, how to fix it, unfortunately, you need a full check. But it seems like this is potentially like where you could do that. You're just not sure with what.
Yeah, we're not sure what kind of things power it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will. Sorry, and you said there's infernal on a few different things, right?
There seems to be some infernal writing, runes. You're not 100% sure, but it seems like something.
Okay. I'll just call most of that out and say there's some infernal here I can't read. I don't know if that's going to give us an idea of anything. Fuck, okay. I don't really have anything I can use as a bonus action. Yeah.
Is Mira
I mean,
bonus?
No.
Do you want to bust her
That's
out?
an action.
That's an action.
Action?
She only lasts for 8 hours, and we're still in the morning.
Well, our boy, yeah, who knows?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's my action. So I can't really do anything else.
Okay, that'll end your turn. Takes us to Lavender.
Lav will be like, so what are we doing here, guys? What's the plan? Should we abandon ship? I got 2 dune buggies ahead, this guy behind. What's the play here? We could polymorph out. I could turn into an owl, fly one of us out. And then she will just lob a firebolt at any random she can see.
You're not in firebolt range of anybody specifically. You could hit like anyone on the crew of Raymond's ship.
That's good. I'll do that. She's 120 feet. I think she'll just try and throw one back towards
Are you
them.
gonna try and hit Raymond, or are you gonna try and hit one of the knights or a Whisperer?
She'll try and hit one of the Whisperers.
Go for it. Roll an attack.
20?
20 will hit.
5, 9, 14, 7, 21.
21.
And if they're wearing anything flammable, it caught fire.
They definitely are, and they start burning up. Wow, that was pretty good. That was a good hit.
Actually, you can decide this. A flammable object hit by the spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried.
Oh, then
So,
unfortunately, yeah. It's just like they're close.
Just quickly.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just writing something real quick. Okay, so as Lavender finishes her turn, fires off a firebolt, hitting one of these guys on the way out. You can see they're closing in, but they're kind of matching your speed. So I guess not closing in, they're just kind of matching you. But the faster and faster you move, the closer and closer these guys ahead of you are getting. They are still 150 feet out in front, 100 feet in back, and there's going to be a meet in the middle within a round.
With the dune buggies?
Yeah, with the dune buggy in back and the 2 bikes in front. There's going to be some form of collision in some manner. As we end their turn, you can see the cultists have moved up. You can't see the Valor anymore at this point. You're coming around the northeastern edge and headed south now towards the ocean, down the western edge or the eastern side of the island. Takes us to Hondo and Val.
You go, H. You're higher. That's cool, Hondo. Just, you could say it to the party.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell the party. So I think what we need to do.
So calm.
I'll do it in my captainly.
Please.
Okay. Wildcards, our time has come to act. Mr. Valentine has proposed a very good idea.
What?
We ram this vehicle into Raymond. I believe this might be the best idea. We will need to get massive speed on this vehicle though, because it is, a big hunk of metal here. It's not gonna go very far. And I think we could jam a sword and use it as a lever to keep the pedal going while we dimension door out of here. Any thoughts on this?
2 of us have dimension door, 2 of us do not. So 2 of us with dimension door could take them out. Time is of the essence. I could polymorph someone. They could fly away, but we need to act quick. Brawley could turn the car and start heading in that direction.
Okay, let's at least get in the right direction. Miss
I can do
Brawley,
that.
head that way.
How far are we to the island, Kyle?
You're a couple hundred feet on your right side, but you obviously have control of how close you can get to it.
Brawley, if you spin us around and then try and get closer to the island, but then start trying to move towards Raymond on your turn for a collision. On my turn, I could take Hondo out, I could take Gord out, I could take Mary out, and Lav is near you. She could dimension door you out at the last second.
Okay.
But
Lavender can also take 2 people if she wants to. If she wants to burn some sorcery points.
before dimensioning
Twin spell.
out, Brawley, make sure that the sword holds as a lever.
Okay, will do.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You guys ready to do this?
Hell no, let's do it.
Yeah! Come on, Bertha, give it all you got.
So, Hondo and Val, you guys technically, any action you're going to do as part of this plan, you're up first. I don't know.
Oh no, I
if there was
assume
any
you have a
ahead
bunch
of
of extra daggers.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
you want to be the
I'll
one dude.
I'll toss a few, see which one works better.
clank, 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 clank.
Like Hondo, so if we're talking logistics of this might be if everyone holds their turns on the right thing, we can make this all happen at the same time, right?
I just need to hear the.
That's what I mean. This could be like a loosey-goosey thing. Kev, if you can position, or no, I guess Allie has to go first, right? Because she's facing the wrong way.
Currently, Allie is headed south towards these 2 bikes.
Oh, she is, okay.
That's the direction. Allie and your machine is headed south. The 2 bikes are headed north. Raymond is 100 feet back, headed south.
Well, when did they go? I'm trying to figure out initiative. Allie would go after the bikes, right?
I'm okay with breaking the initiative for holding action and stuff for a plan.
Okay.
We
Because
swing it around near the island, curve it back towards Raymond.
yeah, because I'm thinking, Kev, if you go first, you can get in there and jam the thing. Or
Yeah.
hold your action to get in there and jam the thing, and then it's someone else's responsibility to get you out of there.
I can
Right?
take him.
So
Either that, or if he and Allie are both in the front, Lav could take both of them if she's willing to use some sorcery points. But that's
But then how do we get the last person out?
Gordon got himself out.
They jump, Kyle? God.
Well, Gord has teleportation. That's
Yeah,
a relatively
high,
low. Is it?
It's a high level spell.
Could he fly?
Yeah.
He can fly.
Not
I
a
thought
druid
he
anymore.
had Misty Step.
I have levitate.
Levitate only goes straight up.
I
That's
thought
only.
Misty Step was a second.
It's only
Also-
30 feet though. I want to get up on the island, get away from these
Oh.
assholes. Not
I
get
also
insane.
have that potion of diminution to shrink someone and put them in
Oh my
pockets.
god, that would have been. Well, no.
What
the
I think
time
we do is
doesn't work.
this. We don't have a lot of time. I'm going to polymorph Gord into a bird. He knows how to do that. He is going to carry Hondo. I'm going to dimension door Mary out. Brawley and Lav are going to be the last ones there, and then Brawley and Lav are going to dimension door out.
So I'm heading to the Brawley then to help.
Yes.
Okay, so give me all your held actions now.
Okay, so I'll start. I'm going to go up to the cockpit, and I'm going to set up the sword lever.
So you're gonna jam a sword or daggers into the pedal to hold it at full speed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make a strength check.
Okay.
Fuck, let me write this down. Just to make sure this works.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, nice.
And so 19, and strength check is 3.
Okay, 22. Hondo, you get in, and Allie, you have to like kind of stand up on the seat and scooch a little bit, but you pass like pressure on the pedal as Hondo like jams a blade in on top of it into the side against the other side, so the two daggers are like holding each other in place. So Hondo, you're down 2 of your regular daggers, but that's okay. You have 1,000. As they are currently holding the pedal in place, you pull back. Allie will be last here because she's going to be in terms of actually like moving the machine. But what is everyone else holding in terms of spells?
So I would have to use 2 spells here. Here's the problem. I would have to use a Dimension Door and a Polymorph. So let me just see if
Well,
we
not
can...
concentration.
But
In
just
terms of
in our loosey-goosey initiative, could we do that? Maybe Brawly, you just try and do a huge wide arc and try and buy us more time as we like come back towards them.
Yeah, you can do it if you do it in 2. If you do it in 2 full rounds, I have no issues with like
Let's do that.
that
Okay.
amount of time. It will honestly. It's not really like a hard like, pull the e-brake on a garbage truck. Like you need a curve. So here's what we do. Hondo has already got the pedal in place. It's already thundering down. As we come to Allie's turn, you begin the turn. I need you to make a dexterity check. So
Okay.
it's +0. Plus your proficiency. So D20 plus 5.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, that is 14, so 19.
Absolutely. As Allie is like, you need a big arc, but you got to do it fast. So you haul on the wheel at full speed. Everyone, you feel the left side of the wheels begin to come up. You are riding on just the right wheels and digging heavily into the ground. You see both of the bikes like rear up on their back wheels to slow and try and like pull back. As you pull hard, but you manage to find the sweet spot of balance. You have a low center of gravity. You're used to this. This is your shit, and you manage to get fully around this relatively wide arc. As Val, you tap Gord.
And I polymorph him into a giant, really scary-looking owl.
Okay. Gord, you are now a very scary-looking owl. You're very easy able to keep pace with the 100-foot speed of the machine.
And I would shout like, "Gord, take Hondo!"
Okay, Gord, you do. Hondo, you just T-pose and let him take you. Away there you go.
Embrace me. Embrace me.
You have fully made your turn around. The bikes are within 50 feet at this point. They've caught up as you had to slow, and Raymond and crew are still within 100 feet, like just the way like your turn and their turn. They're about 100 feet from now, face to face, but that will very rapidly turn to 0.
Can I do something on this turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna rip out one of the harpoon things and grab one.
Just a harpoon.
A single harpoon.
Yeah. Okay.
One
Not
of
like
the
whole.
pointy sticks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, once Allie has the wheel in place,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to use that to jam, where you classically stab it through the wheel so that it can't
love
veer
it.
once you get rid of it. Because
Yeah.
I figured it's pointy, so I can probably do that and stab it through.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah, you watch Mary as Allie, you let go of the wheel. Mary just jams through into the metal this harpoon, and that wheel is not budging. It's going straight. And wherever that's gonna fucking end, it's going straight. Valentine, as Hondo and Gord begin to pull away, as Gord flies. Allie, Lav, Val, Mary, you guys have your last round to make your calls now. Val, you notice Raymond begin to conjure up some magic as you guys begin to get time slows down to a crawl. You can see magic formulating in his fingertips. What do you do?
Do we all have one turn?
I guess.
I would say shout Mary smoke bomb, and then I would start running towards Mary to dimension door as soon as I get to her.
Okay.
Smoke bomb?
Throw a smoke bomb down. Try and give us some cover.
I don't got one, man. I used mine like 5 games ago, more than that. Like 15 games ago. Hondo has a stun grenade.
I just look up at him.
I will cast Fog Cloud.
Don't cast Fog Cloud.
We're in a moving thing. It's not going to work. Actually, neither would a smoke bomb, let's be honest. We'd move out of it.
Yeah,
Mary just kind of shrugs as you get close. Well, you said it. As you get close, she just shrugs.
Can I do something instead of that? Because I don't have that? Or no?
What are you planning on doing?
I was gonna.
Al is like closing in with like dimension door.
I was gonna just like let some. Oh fuck me! I was just gonna let some arrows loose, like, and try to hit the guy who's driving on the other side.
I'd say you can take 2 shots at disadvantage.
Okay.
Given
past
the
me.
full,
I have nothing else to do this turn.
Yeah. Given just the speed at which everything is turning, trying to keep your balance. They're moving super fast. You're moving super fast. He's got cover as being at the helm.
Yeah. Okay.
You let one loose.
Disadvantage?
Yep.
That one's not gonna hit. That was a 2 at disadvantage.
Unfortunately, just it clangs off the side of their machine.
Okay. Oh man, natural 20, but that's not gonna count.
No.
So
Val's
that's
hand hits your
still,
shoulder.
16 plus 11, so 27.
27. Even with the extra cover, that'll hit.
And I'm just gonna try to. Maybe it'll distract him. Maybe it'll stop him from realizing we're gonna collide. I don't fucking know, but I just want to try to hit the guy who's
I
driving.
don't think it's going to stop him from realizing that.
I don't know.
But it might change his trajectory.
We'll see. Yeah. It's not a lot of damage because it's just a bow. I rolled pretty good though. It's 15.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him disadvantage on his check to try and get out of the way.
Sick.
So yeah, you manage to your second arrow. Just as you release, you feel Valentine's hand on your shoulder. You watch it just get right past Raymond, skins past him, and connects with right in like the clavicle, right in the base of the neck of the driver, who suddenly just kind of veers on the wheel. Lavender and Allie.
Yep. I'm making sure everything's already there and we're ready to go.
Okay, I need both of you as the last ones here. Raymond's spell finishes. And as the 2 vehicles begin to align, you're maybe 30 feet from one another. These 2 machines just bearing down. The machine that they're on, the enemies are on, begins to start turning, and you just see an arrow just connect with this guy's arm, and he just pulls, and unfortunately pulls him back in line. It's gonna collide. Raymond's spell finishes, and you feel the front of the machine you're on just begin to rise. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That was unexpected.
I can use Ben Luck.
Okay, and I'm going to use...
Or sorry, Tides of Chaos.
I have my thing. Okay, alright.
12 for Lav.
17.
Okay. Lavender tumbles back away from Allie and falls like into the helm. Allie, you are no longer like connected with Lavender. You are holding onto the helm, but Lavender has now tumbled away fully from you as the entire machine begins to rise into the air at full speed. You guys all watch from the air for Gord and Hondo, and from the island as the 2 of Mary and Valentine turn back to look. The Raymond's machine just thunders under and begins to kind of turn and spin, and it just collides with something as the other machine that you guys were on, the war machine, rises up on what seems like a bridge, an invisible bridge, and it just begins to fly off a ramp of force.
Tight.
It careens through the air, and Allie and Lavender are caught within it as it just tumbles.
Do we get our turn?
No. You guys are burned of turns. Unfortunately, Allie and Lavender are carried aloft on this careening pile of death as it just...
Would Lavender get off her dimension door or no?
She could do it herself, but she couldn't get out.
Well, it's probably how we would want to go out together.
Also, so did you say that Raymond's vehicle hit the ramp or hit something? Okay.
Yeah, Mary's arrow stopped them from being able to dodge, and you also watch. We're going to deal with the carnage for a moment, but you do watch the two bikes ride up the ramp as well, but they exit off and land safely on the sand.
I'm just deciding here what I want to do.
You got to make a decision fast.
I can't touch her, eh?
No, that's the thing. Lavender failed the dexterity save. Only a 12 was not enough to stay in contact, so she fell back away. Allie managed to hold her ground as it kind of kicked up. Lavender's fallen back in and kind of sitting in the helm, and Allie is still at the kind of the front. You guys are separated by too much space that you're now kind of free falling. The two of them are free falling with this machine. Lavender's failed dexterity save pulls her too far away from Allie to save her.
I think she would have already been casting it, so I think it just goes off.
So she just finishes the cast.
I mean, if anyone could survive it, it's Allie, let's be honest. Like, she's not raging, but...
Alana, you watch tears begin to kind of well at the sides of Lavender's eyes with hand outstretched. Purple energy just dissipates around her, and arriving beside Mary and Valentine, Lavender's arm outstretched mid-scream. Lavender without Alana. Alana, the impact is more pain than you've ever felt. I'm gonna roll some damage.
Oh no,
She
guys!
raged during this pain.
No, I mean, like, yeah, no, I can't unless I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but you're like at 200, so like you could.
No, she's not.
I don't even have like a natural like defense like kickback. Oh dear.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
How high up was she, for curiosity's sake?
The ramp was what's the full length of the ramp? The ramp would have been, by full like kind of height, would have been about 70, 80 feet.
Okay.
But it's not so much the height, it's the impact of this massive machine, and then into the ground, and then the explosion.
Oh, explosion.
So Allie takes 60 points of bludgeoning damage as just this dump truck with you almost like riding on top of it just rolls over. You find yourself pinned beneath, and you begin to try and lift and pull yourself free as you hear this just whine, this just high-pitched squeal that turns into white hot flame. You take an additional 77 points of fire damage.
I'm down, guys.
As
How
this
down?
Down, but not dead.
whatever compelled this machine bursts in white hot flame. It's like a miniature nuke. It erupts. A cloud of brackish black smoke rises, and you just see like wisps of white rising, like 1,000 souls bursting free, screaming bloody murder. And you know that somewhere beneath, Alana lies. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Oh.
Great, wait till I tell Amanda this in the morning.
Thanks for tuning in. Join us next time as the Wildcards frantically search through the flaming wreckage for their fallen friend as the forces of hell bear down on Kas'Tyrion. There will be a new episode up every Tuesday, so stay tuned. But until then, keep exploring.